Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. He is I met him first during Dickie Roberts, the movie, and we asked him to come in and do a day or two and play himself, and he did.
That was nice.
And he was super cool, and he's a huge star.
Huge.
He's always been a rep of being a cool dude. He's that was the height of his fame. He came over and did us a favor. We got to chat with him, and there's so much going on with Brendan. Plus, just give some of the movies. I mean,
he really. When he was 23, I believe he started Encino Man.
That was probably
playing
the one
a frozen caveman.
Broke through. And,
so then he was just
huge hit.
The 90s. He was doing George of the Jungle, the Mummy trilogies. He's had this incredible career, and then for different things we'll talk about, he sort of went away for a little while, and then he came back. I saw him on the Showtime show, The Affair, and he was great in that. And I hadn't seen him in a while. I go, damn, he's a great actor. And then recently, as everybody knows, he's done a movie called The Whale, in which he plays a 600-pound man. So there's sort of all things Brendan these days, and people are just really happy to see him back. Such a likable
Yeah, it's like
guy.
it's nice to see everyone pulling for someone, and he doesn't really need pulling for. I don't think that's what he's asking for, but it's just nice to see someone that's a good dude. Every career is up and down, and to still be killing it, and to know he's always probably knows he's good. It's the opportunities. That's for everybody. You just don't always get opportunities.
Oh yeah, totally. So he's back, and I think it was Lauren or Bernie that always said, the talent doesn't go away. So your career can go like this, but the talent doesn't go away.
We're going to ask him about standing ovations. They go to Cannes Film Festival. You got a 12-minute standing ovation. I go, do people feel dumb after a while?
Do you ever use the bathroom in the middle of standing ovation? Okay, I'll be back in a second.
I'd be texting with one hand. Like, how long can you go like this and you go like a bunch of seals? But we'll get into that because there's a 6-minute one he had at Palm Springs and he had an 8-minute one. I'm like,
so first they stand and it's like 20 seconds, and then it's like that festival hears about it, and then 2 years later it's like longer than the movie.
Yeah.
But the French love to do that. You know the French.
We'll do a deep dive into that. We won't tell you about The Whale. We'll talk to him about it, so you can wait for that. And but what a movie! And here he is, Brendan Fraser. No one hates us, but we do.
So this is, obviously new show business that we don't really even talk. We never had a plan. We just put the mic on and start talking to people connected to SNL in some way. Yeah. And, so it's weird that this is a job.
Blip on his whole resume.
Oh,
Sometimes it's the main thing.
Look at our notes. Do you have any questions, first of all?
He won't show me his notes.
No, I won't, because mine are better than Dana's. But
do you have any questions of us? Because we're
I was just
narcissists.
asking Greg who your sponsors are, because I'm just interested in how podcasts
A lot of
work.
this
is new for me.
A lot of HelloFresh.
Nice.
A lot of companies that basically say, we'll do the work for you digitally. Like, ZipRecruiter would be one of them. Like we'll help you hire people. Right. ZocDoc, we'll help you find a doctor.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
We keep this. ZocDoc. Sorry, but they're going to love this part of the podcast.
DraftKings.
This is
this
is free advertising.
I'm already kissing your house.
What's our favorite? We don't have a favorite. Masterclass.
No, it's good that they do it
Masterclass.
because
which you should teach.
Oh, you should teach a masterclass.
In what?
Brilliant acting. Duh. We both saw The Whale. I'm still recovering.
We both saw it. I didn't see it all. I got to the part where you got out to the ocean, and then I didn't see it.
It clicked out? Oh, shit.
No, I'm kidding. I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it, and it kept cutting off because they give you 18 minutes to watch it, and so it gives you little bits.
Oh, really? No, mine was perfect.
Screeners work?
Yeah.
There's someone on the other end.
I pressed a button. I had on a beautiful laptop, stereo speakers, and I went downtown. And it was amazing.
Well, listen, if we're going to talk about The Whale, we're going to
save it for people listening right now. Want to hear about Brendan's thoughts about The Whale? It's coming up soon.
Okay, we can say that because I want to talk about it a lot.
That's a teaser. I'm learning.
I'm still shaken by it. Okay, we'll do a little SNL. Let's just ask him a couple quick questions because we have to fake like that's what this whole thing is about.
Well, no. I want to talk about SNL as a part of his whole thing because I was fascinated as I did a deep dive. Is how I hadn't seen anybody do the broad comedies and then can do the offbeat leading man funny guy like the Mummy stuff and back and forth. You're doing George of the Jungle, and then you're doing Gods and Monsters. It's like there's a pattern here. I've had to have a theme. I have a theme for every podcast. Yours is like the seeds of you being this renowned, brilliant actor. It's almost like you're just starting now, I would say.
In a way.
Because you set the seed for it by constantly dipping your toes into it between these franchises that is so iconic. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I'll be quiet.
Okay, good night. Thanks, folks. Bye.
I think his pattern is there's no pattern. How about that?
Interesting.
Because, like, let's say someone like me who gets into comedy, you're lucky enough to just get comedies. And so if you were, let's say Encino Man was maybe one of the first things that sort of blew up for you.
That was.
Which is a comedy, you think that's all you would get offered and people tell me, oh, you should do more movies like Uncut Gems. I'm like, well, everyone should. I mean, that's just not how it works.
Yeah, do the Academy Award-winning level movies. Those are the good ones.
Again?
Yeah. But then you went to School Ties from Encino Man.
Yes.
With Matt Damon.
Correction. It was the other way around. School Ties was shot first.
And then you went to Encino Man. Who were
the
your
release
agents?
dates were flip-flopped.
Wait, so you...
So I didn't work with them anymore longer.
This brilliant drama, and then you went with this broad comedy, or whatever you want to call it, a full-blown comedy.
A straight-ahead teen comedy genre that I don't know if it's really being done that way anymore. You know, kids go to high school, have a big discovery, throw a party.
Not.
That's
my sons who are basically 30, I'll just round them off, that you're so much a big part of their childhood, and they miss just big, funny comedies that just exist to be funny.
Maybe people are scared to step in it because you got to dodge so many types of jokes, you know?
That's really your domain and expertise.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. They start pulling stuff and cutting stuff, and you just lose something. Maybe those days are over forever, but it's just like anything. You just like Madonna. You got to figure out a different way to make a comedy that's still big and funny.
I think they can come back. I think there's an appetite for it.
Yeah, I think there's a huge appetite.
Because it just releases all the cultural stuff that's going on, and you just laugh. You know.
So I had a question.
Wait,
you did School Ties.
We're not going to let you talk.
No,
so
I'm
just
asking.
So you know.
He warned me. I'd have to fight for my time.
I warned him ahead of time.
He's gonna.
But we're slowing down because we're shot out of a cannon because we just saw the movie. So
well, I was gonna. Yeah, I was deeply napping in a full on dream, and he said. He's here. No, I'm kidding. No, but I live close by.
No, I said, get over here, prick.
I said, who? He said, Brendan.
So the School Ties is sort of a heavy drama, right? So you get that. Now, is it because of some sort of feedback or buzz from that you, when you go for Encino Man, that helps that because you've got one in the can that people like? Sometimes that's how it works, you know?
Chronologically, I went into Made for Encino Man before I got hired to do School Ties.
Wow.
And I was reticent to do Encino Man because it was too kooky and I wanted to, I don't know, step out as a very serious actor straight out of college with my BFA in my back pocket and a lot of aspiration. And I understood that the character is basically the new guy in town, which was something that they hadn't seen anyone bring in to the readings or the auditions before that they really wanted because he's a fish out of water. He's trying to fit in, all that. But it was so broad and I didn't really know anything about film or comedy. And then School Ties came down the pike and I read for that. Did nothing with it because it didn't go anywhere. They were casting at DriftNet to find their David, as I learned. And then a number of months later, they came back to with a new casting director who had me go in and read for Sherry. And they did a screen test. And I thought when they said, do you want to test? I was thinking exams and something. That's how green I was. Got the job. And that was great. I read with Matt Damon and met a lot of the other guys who were already hired. Was off to Boston and Massachusetts to shoot School Ties and was getting messages from Encino Man and with George Zaloom and Les Mayfield were quite driven to get me to come on board. And then partway through almost finishing School Ties, I was having a conversation with a really great guy who was called Keith Wester. He's not with us anymore. He was a soundboard mixer, and he had a great voice, and he was always mixing sound, but he was on his own radio show in a way as he was reading. He was really a charming guy, and he was mentoring a lot of us. And I was talking about, what are you doing? And I was conflicted and very serious, and got this comedy thing they want me to do, and they've offered it to me. And he said, well, hang on, there's this, it's a drama, and you got a comedy. It's not a bad thing to have, as he said, he joked about it. A bird in the hand is worth two in the nest. Is that the
Bush? I think
idiom?
Bush was
Thank
near
you.
ahead, and
I just realized my voice is so loud compared to Brendan. I'm screaming.
I'll sit up.
He's very quiet.
Well, can I say something? I saw an electromagnetic visual thing around your mic. Maybe it's your charisma. But
Oh, was that it? Oh,
I'm
is it
sorry.
phone?
There's a flash feature on my phone.
Oh, it
which
just
I
went
will turn.
zzz. Yeah,
It went swoosh. So
Well, Greg
it's
Greg Holtzman. And
quite annoying.
Heather.
I'll turn that off. I don't want to be that guy. So.
Well, I didn't
you're
want
fine.
anyone to get electrocuted during our podcast.
It's my own lighting feature. When I say something interesting,
He's got a light that
I
like
said,
lights
this
him
guy
from
has
the underneath.
charisma. It's like there's a lightning. But by the way, you had to, when you read the script for School Ties, it was the first time you had to not have clothes on and act. So I saw you had to have a fist fight with Matt Damon in a shower.
Yeah.
When you read that in a script, are you like, okay, or I can't wait for that day?
Well, you don't look forward to it, but I understood what the scene was about, was exposing one another's prejudice and all its
it was
naked
incredibly
aggression.
potent. Yeah.
And so it kind of drives the point home.
Yeah.
And 17-year-old boys fight. So they get the lock it, and let's figure this out with our fists.
It's interesting. I don't want to interject, but I like to interrupt David. These people throughout your life, anybody, could be a parent, brother, friend, who'll say these casual things that kind of tilt you in one direction or another. We could all have stories about that. So this one guy said this thing to you, which made you, I'm going to go do Encino Man, or it tilted you that way.
It helped me make up my decision, because his point was, if you're new to the industry, your calling card will be, I can do something dramatic. I can
do it all. Yeah.
Comedy, tragedy. You can do
Which you don't get that off. You don't get that chance a lot. So you have a chance before the one comes out. You're like, I can do the other one, and then now you can get hired for two different kinds of movies.
That was the hope then. So
yeah. And by the way, Encino Man is a good movie you can do wrong. Like that.
No, it was
that.
really
Reading
worked.
it, he was great at it. I remember seeing it back then. I think Paulie was in it with you.
Correct.
And Paulie was funny and crazy, and but you were charming. He's good looking, but you're making a lot out of this that could have gone the wrong way. You know what I mean? It could have been so dumb, but it was a huge hit, and that was great, and it was fun. I remember watching it back in the day.
Thanks, Dave.
And that kind of launched you. I remember my first audition was for a movie called I wrote it down. It was one
George
with
of the
like
Jungle?
Dead Poets Society.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that around the same?
Prior to that, I remember,
like 89.
88, 89. I was in
Yeah.
college then.
Yeah.
What did you say about it?
I just remember that film was coming out and it was being promoted, and I was seeing a young Ethan Hawke and the cast on Oprah, I think it was, to do press for it. So it was prior to, and you did movie anything in my.
Yeah, I did a couple auditions and didn't quite make the cut. So from George, I'm not George Jungle. You have so many in here, goddamn.
Yeah, there's so many. But I just want to interject this too,
him.
because is that you had said that your dramatic training, so you're doing some of these movies and you're just totally committed, like as a dramatic actor, essentially, when you're doing even Encino Man.
Yeah.
You're not thinking comedy, you're just playing the truth of the scene.
I don't know how to think comedy. I think I'm the least funny person I know. And so
I saw some pretty funny shit on
but
SNL.
my approach, it's a risk calling comedy anyway, but my understanding or approach is that if you think you're funny, you're not.
Yeah.
And if you
try to be funny, for sure you're not.
So play it as a straight ahead reality, right?
Yeah. And, on SNL, when the host would come in and sit down in that first Monday meeting and say, "Good news, guys, I'm funny." We'd all go, "Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I know how to do it. I know.
And I was shocked
I know
that
all the
Christopher
rules of
Walken
comedy. You
said
say
that.
3 things. And you go, oh, boy.
I just made a joke. It wasn't Christopher Walken.
No, he said the Bears.
I know how to be funny. No.
He's great.
But one gear that you did have also in these 90 comedies is that and I find it really interesting that you could make your face like super leading man, handsome. And then you could go to a grin that would just go a certain way that made you kind of funny, or you could take the handsomest way and be the goofy leading man. It was really interesting to watch that, some of your stuff. Was that intentional, or just you were just thinking it? I'm sure you weren't making a face, but you could actually had a chameleon aspect. Is that chameleon?
Well, I think you shouldn't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah,
maybe it comes from that.
Yeah. And I think if you're having fun internally, I do think with comedy it helps. Even doesn't mean you're mugging, pushing, trying to be funny, but you're feeling a sense of fun.
Likable is half of the battle too.
Anthony Hopkins, a Tony to me, told me once that he thought acting at the top level is a form of self-hypnosis. He would, as you probably have heard, he only reads the script 200 times.
Wow.
And he has a Polaroid in those days. I know you're a huge Polaroid camera person. He had a Polaroid picture of his character, and they'd yell Speed. He'd put it up, look at it, put it on his face, and go,
"What?"
And then put it in his pocket, and then he was the guy.
Are you sure? You're not making that up for...
No, it was Tony Hoppy.
Whatever.
He would huff a Polaroid picture of himself and then play the character?
Yeah. He
wow.
would look
whatever
at it.
Works,
Speed,
man.
we're rolling.
Exactly. Whatever
then
works.
he'd breathe it. And he said, I think it's sort of, I always do Robin Williams when I do Anthony Hopkins. They're both incredibly shy. His charisma is like this, But this, we'll go to The Whale in a minute, but it's hard to act.
A point I wanted to make about something else I learned, I got this from Lauren, was before I did my first monologue when I hosted SNL, that moment before it wasn't broadcast, it would have been the rehearsal. Dress, thank you. He came out and he has a little chat with the hosts. I was told, Lauren's going to have a word with you. All he said to me was, it's all about confidence. And he turned on his heel and we went to shoot it. Went to air.
Wow.
That's what he told me. I mean, I didn't know if he was telling me be confident or don't try and be funny, but essentially it's just about taking ownership of what you're doing and committing to it. I think that let me know a lot about pretty much everything else about, again, knowing you're there for a good reason. You're good at what you do. You like what you do. And if people don't laugh at what you're doing, then just move on to whatever is next.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I felt when I watched the 97 monologue, you were very confident.
Thanks.
But then when I watched 99, there was a whole other level of relaxation because you'd already done it once before. Nothing defeats that. You went in and you found Tom Davis in the room. It's like Tom Davis was still living on the set. And it was really, really funny.
He was there when I was there. What about, when did Airheads come along?
95?
95. So I was hearing you talk about that on some,
with Sandler.
With Sandler. I didn't even put that together. I was like, oh, what's that?
I
was jealous.
Whenever he's mentioned, I try to do that, just under my breath.
Yeah.
He's listening, trust me.
So, by the way, listen to this, Dan. So it's, Adam was asking you, or you guys are kind of bullshitting about Airheads, and then Adam goes, oh, and Farley was on it. He was on for 2 weeks. He did a lot of night shoots. And it was probably the most fun I've had on any set. I'm sorry. Were you in Grown Ups, Adam?
Traitor.
No, it was very traitorish, and you agree. I'm glad you agree. And Grown Ups 2 also. He could have picked either one. But I remember Airheads, and I was jealous. I think Bob Simons did that movie. I think it came along.
Yeah.
And you were shooting down. It was in New York, some of it. There was some inside stuff, and I would came to watch. I don't think I knew you, but I knew Adam and Farley and Buscemi I just met. So that one kind of was a fun one too. It didn't do great, but another fun comedy one, right?
It's come around. I do a lot of fan conventions now, and people show up dressed like Chaz Darby and the characters.
Oh, yeah.
The posters to sign. They scream, if it's too loud, you're too old.
Yeah.
They're flipping you off.
Double barrel flip off. And you just get them right back. Oh, I love you, bro.
You know what? I think it's really fun when you get a movie that lives on, because sometimes movies do well and you never hear from them again, and then some sort of live on, and it's good to have the ones that live on.
I think it resurges because it's nostalgia for a whole new generation.
I did one called PCU, and then people go, oh, PCU is great. I didn't love it, but I go, oh, yeah, okay. Hey, listen, if there's people that get into it and forever, and it's kind of timely again now because it's politically correct and all that stuff.
Right.
Some of my movies were buried in Nevada in a mine.
In a
And
silo.
then
If you could have saved Clean Slate, you could have played that baby. But
they would test
boy.
nuclear bombs and just do it because they wanted to blow that movie up.
People still like Wayne's World. Come on, you guys.
Yeah, Wayne's World.
Favorite of
Who are we
mine.
kidding?
Dana.
Let's talk about Superman. I just heard that. That can be a quick story, but
Oh,
Superman. What was the era of Superman? Was that an audition or was that a meeting or how does that work?
that would have been in the year 2002. It was on the Warner Brothers lot. They were looking for a new Superman, and I think there were like 5 or 6 guys around town who were being juggled, their names juggled around.
Sure.
There was a test deal, same thrill.
Oh,
come
test
in.
deal, what?
Yeah, I went in on the Fox or the Warner Brother lot, put on the outfit. No, first I went into an office somewhere in Wilshire Corridor, and they locked me in a room with a script that was printed on crimson paper with black ink. Could hardly read it, but you can't photocopy it either by stealing it.
Oh, okay.
And I could read it and give it back to them, and then they
For a Superman movie.
I could know the story.
Okay.
So was it since Christopher Reeve? This is like the first Superman back?
I
Oh,
don't
no, it'd be way
think
later
so.
than that.
Yeah.
I think Reeves might have done the third one in the 80s. So,
Right.
Brandon Ruth played the part.
That's
He
what
got the
ultimately
job.
got your part.
okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, it's his, but I mean, I was an aspirant for sure. And there was a screen test.
How did you talk as Superman? I mean, did you kind of lower even? You have a pretty deep voice, but did you?
I didn't want to put quotation marks around anything,
Yeah,
and
so
I
did you
didn't
just
pretend
play
to be
yourself?
Superman. I tried to, get back and think of it. Well, the script that was written was like, it was like heightened text. It was
Yeah.
like,
They seem like that.
Dramatic.
had a gabbler or like big stuff that you would have done iambic pentameter Shakespeare and all classic text.
Yeah.
And so I gave that kind of approach of just taking everything seriously and playing big objectives and
Yeah.
and just trying to approach the piece as if it was a giant opera in space.
Did you have any lines like "Lex Luthor, you're an idiot"?
Some
Close.
bitch.
Close.
Tizor was his name. I was bellowing, Tizor! Like, I'll kill you, Tizor!
I would have done it as Super Encino Man.
Dude, I would have loved that. Tizor, change your name, bitch.
Was Zod in one of those, or am I crazy?
Zion. I
No,
love
Zod. There's a woman
Yeah.
and a man with black hair, and they came down there going bzz, bzz. They're-
the 3 that got in the painted glass.
I
That
think
was the
it's
original.
I
like-
love that one.
That one was brilliant.
Yes.
The first Christopher Reeves
With the
Superman.
glass prism floating around space.
79,
And they
and
go,
the planet explodes.
It wasn't Brando and all that, was it?
Brando was in that.
He
He was
was.
amazing.
Zod.
give my only
Maybe I
forgotten
read for
son
Zod.
to the
I don't know.
planet.
But wait, that other story.
Brando is
Brando is
Trump.
Trump. He is a little bit. That sounds
He's
good.
Regis. Get out of here. And there's a little bit. He's a little bit of Brando. There we are. There's no one finer than Brendan Fraser.
Anyway,
I just have to
sorry.
tell him
I'm just a little
quickly.
punchy right now.
You're
I'm sure
giddy.
you're more punchy than me.
No.
No, he's beat up. You're giddy from the whale, but we're not talking about that just yet. I want to tell him about his big
can't
break
wait.
in Dickie Roberts. Now,
Yes.
Dickie Roberts, where everyone was saying a Brendan Fraser.
It's like Razor Fraser, right? Razor Fraser rather than
Do you
Fraser.
shave with a razor or do you shave
Oh,
with
Fraser.
a... Do you shave with a razor?
Razor.
Or do you
You
say
did
with
it,
a
Dana.
Fraser?
Razor,
The chameleon voice guy got it!
Yeah.
Yes!
I can do it.
It takes direction.
Tell him about.
No,
Brendan Fraser just gave me an acting note.
I know,
It
you
was
did
a
it good.
great note.
he'd be a good acting teacher.
Yes. I want you to direct me. We'll talk later.
You
no,
can't afford
Dana,
me.
don't quit trying to get off
Couldn't
Dickie
afford
Roberts.
me.
Dickie Roberts is
Give
a
it
tsunami.
a quick synopsis.
So what happened is
Of
I
the-
was
of the
wondering
movie.
because I didn't know Brendan and he was nice enough to come in and do something in it, but I think it was through Sam, the director of George's.
Sam Weissman.
Okay, so the backstory on that was just to bore the fucking shit out of you is Dickie Roberts was pitched. We pitched it. Me and Fred wrote it, and we said, "Oh, it's a child
Wolf.
star," which is sort of to this day a theme of child stars kind of hit the skid. You know what I mean? They have a lot of trouble, and it's very real, and it's sad, and it's no one's quite figured out how to fix it. But that movie was PG-13. Two funny things. One, when we finished writing it, a pretty big director, God, I can't remember who it was, said, "I'd love to do it. I'll keep the first act, but we have to go very dark after that and make it R-rated and make it with the way that it really is." And I said, "No, it can't be super dark. I mean, and Paramount's not going to do that." So we handed it in. By the way, when I handed it in, this is a classic showbiz story. So they read it at Paramount, and then I get word through back channels. They like it a lot, and they want to give it to Jim Carrey now.
Ouch.
You understand that this could happen at any time. This is a classic behind the scenes. And so people were trying to keep that away from me going, the good news is they love it, but they think Jim could take it like crazy because he was the biggest guy right then. They'll give him $20 million. And they talked to Adam Sandler. Sandler was the producer of it. And so he said, I don't know, ask Spade, but I think Spade, because he co-wrote it, would rather be in it. But then John Goldwyn, I think it was John Goldwyn, who's under Sherry. You mentioned Sherry Lansing. I think you mentioned her about School Ties.
Yes.
So he called me and said, you might have heard some rumors. It was so weird. And he said, I apologize. We're moving forward the way it is. And I said, John, I get how business works. Take me out of it. If you could have Jim Carrey, I get it. It's really not personal. Yeah. I'm trying not to take it that way. And he said, no, we're moving forward, and let's do it. And so that was such a wake-up call. Like, those conversations happen every day. Yeah. And you just don't know it. I shouldn't have known it, but I found out. He said, you still want to do it? I said, yeah. So we did it. Brendan was very nice, came in, and
what did you do?
Movie. Lovitz was in it.
Dickie Roberts.
I was playing myself.
Yeah, he's playing himself.
Oh, you did a celebrity cameo.
He was. Okay. I was proving that I think I know celebrities because I grew up and I was wearing gloves and I was crazy. But that child star thing could go. There's really dark because they're kids and they get involved in all these crazy adults, and then there's the drinking and so we sort of did a skim job of making it, but it was fun. We brought in a lot of child stars to do it, and then at the very end, some of them aren't with us anymore, but it was very interesting to talk to them up front, and hear some of their real stories. But we can talk about Brendan's movies again. All right.
Do you have any more things you want to share about Saturday Night Live before we move on?
I loved it. It was a proving ground, and I earned a stripe at the same time. By the way, I felt like I had, it's a milestone, absolute milestone.
You feel like, I think if I was just out there doing a show or doing a movie, and when it's one of those things like the cover of Rolling Stone or something where they go, they want you to host it, it has to hit you. Like,
it does.
It's just a big deal.
It's not insubstantial at all. And when you host that show, you own New York for an hour or so in a feeling that you get.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
It's the coolest
thing. You
feel
like you're a part of the city in a meaningful way that I wasn't anticipating.
The whole city.
Machine. Everyone's trying to help you. Everyone's there to make sure you're okay that week. And
I think it's about changing clothes.
It's mostly about changing clothes fast.
Quickly, running around bleachers, not trying to bump your head into the overhead thing.
Basically,
yeah,
naked,
you would be in danger of that at your height.
Oh,
Nealon used to bang
clocking
his head
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. They even put bumpers on it. Like,
they have bumpers.
Little tennis balls.
Because you're sprinting sometimes across the studio in the dark.
Naked.
Essentially naked.
Underneath the seats of everyone watching, so there's all these asses above you, and you're like,
crew guys are walking by. They've got me stripped naked. This guy walks by with a cigarette, going, "Spade, I thought you were going to start working out." I go, "Hey, get out of here! You're not supposed to look."
I would just close my eyes. I was so humiliated. I just had a little underwear on. I was completely bare chested. Everything. They're combing my hair. They're picking at me, and I just closed my eyes. And this can't be happening.
I wear 2 Speedos in case my main one breaks. All right,
I wore a Hooter clamp. Did you know the Hooter clamp? It's a thing that keeps everything in place.
Oh, really?
It's called a Hooter clamp.
It's a dance belt, Dana.
No, that's a joke. My brothers and I had that as a running gag when we were kids. I have 3 older brothers. Like you.
Is that one of our sponsors?
We joked about the Hooter clamp.
Brought to you by Hooter clamps.
Brought to you by Wiener
Have you got your Hooter clamp on? It was just a joke. I don't know.
There's also, you can put a trucker's buddy in there where you can pee during the show. That's real.
We don't.
Okay, no.
3 older brothers.
Wait. An SNL. So 97, I had gone. I know you probably looked for me for about a half hour. I had gone by then. And then was Will Ferrell, I think, was there.
Yes, he was.
So what was your cast? It was sort of Will, maybe Molly,
Sherry
Colin Quinn, Will Ferrell, Tim Meadows. You were in a really funny sketch with Sherry O'Terry and Chris Kattan where they went crazy in the gym.
Yes.
Like, what, you want to work out? Huh? That aggressive sexual thing.
Do.
The most committed sketch players ever, probably. And you were right in there, at the end. Come on, you guys. And every time you'd play along with them, they'd start screaming at you. It was really funny. You're like, these people are sexual perverts. I'm the trainer. Okay, I'll go with it. What, you want that? You want that? And then Chris Kattan would go nuts on you. Very funny.
Hey, man.
It was a
Dial it
great
down.
sketch. So,
It's fun to be in that insane world of like sketch, and then the second you're like taking a bow in your head going, we got through it, here's the crowd, it's live, and they're ripping you going,
Again.
you're the UPS guy in this one, you have a Russian accent, going, like, oh shit, there's another one you're looking like.
Or even worse, if there's a sketch you fell in love with, that one got cut. What? No.
I know. That's between dress and air. It's heartbreaking. You know. Were you on the first Delicious Dish? That's where
No, not the first one. I was on it though.
But it didn't. The applause at the beginning, I felt like it was new when you were on it, or maybe it was the second time.
I wouldn't know what to compare it to, but I think Peach Sweaty and Peach Sweaty's Balls was already
Sweaty Balls.
Yeah,
that happened
He was
before
coming on with a little beard and glasses and playing sort of this quiet nerd, playing very small about squash. Or something like that.
That was me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what were there? Yeah. Okay.
The scary thing is giving
Just
notes to someone like a host. Like if I'm with
Good
Brendan,
times. Good times. Was that it? Good times.
you walk up
good
to him and
times.
go,
Good
read
times.
this a little
Good times.
harder.
Hey, this.
Because writers get to be directors on SNL.
I had a hard time understanding that concept. I'm like, who's the director? Who's the director? And someone actually pulled me aside. Brendan,
Everybody is.
The writers are the director. You are the
Dude, I wrote my first sketch. They go in the booth and watch it. I go, what does that mean? I'm the director of it? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The great thing there was, when William Shatner came on, he was so loose, like during the dress show or whatever. He seemed like, he goes, well, why would I can't, because we're so under rehearsed. Like, it's ridiculous. There's cue cards.
He wasn't even stressed because,
I
why bother?
can't believe people take it seriously. You can't rehearse.
So it is just, I loved it personally because I can get up in my head. I love that it was so fast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just go. Plant
less
our
time to
feet.
think about it. Right?
No time to think. Just go, go, go. But
I'm jumping ahead to the Mummy. Now, the Mummy,
The
in
Mummy,
England, it's called the Mommy.
I'll see your mummy and raise you the whale.
No, we're getting to the whale. That's the big ending.
The whale is the big kahuna.
Yeah.
All right.
But the Mummy, I liked it because
Easy,
leading
Ahab.
man. Say it again?
Easy, Ahab. Hunting for the whale. Yeah. There you go.
No, we'll get to that. But
Sorry,
The
I
Mummy
interrupted you,
is a
David.
giant franchise.
Yeah.
3 huge movies
Yes.
that Brendan starred in the knots.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the
What
Mummy.
did you make?
that
What was your biggest pay?
No, let me see. Oh, yeah. It's almost about
You don't have
money.
to tell
You make
us.
a lot of money.
Biggest
You don't have to tell us how much money you got paid.
I don't even honestly recall, to tell you the truth, because most of it's gone now.
I know the feeling. One
Oh,
day
yeah.
you're
I have a
flush,
question.
and the next day, little birdie comes and takes it all away.
Sorry,
Do you
Johnny
remember making $1 million? My first
yeah,
million,
I do.
I remember.
I don't
And
remember what
this
it was,
is a
but I remember
really
making
good
it.
conversation.
Isn't that a good conversation? 'Cause
First million. Well, what do you net?
that's the thing. Is it $1 million in the
Exactly.
bank?
People don't understand.
What's the check shock on this one? I remember my first paycheck, and it was for $17,000 on a pilot I did.
What the net?
I went and picked up my check from the agency. It said $9,000. And I went to their accounting department. This is a mistake here. And they pulled me aside and they're like, no, kid, you got to pay taxes. You got to pay a commission.
Oh,
I had the
commission.
same
I had
thing.
no idea.
You're out. I mean, if you get $1 million, you probably make, and this sounds crazy to people because $1 million is so much, but when you walk with 375,000, you go,
You round down to 25 cents on the dollar.
yeah, because you got agent manager.
You get used to
sometimes
the
business
gross
manager.
figure, and your friends hear the gross figure.
Yeah.
Right.
I drove to an
Still
agency
up.
once with my wife, and I think it was a $30,000 check for a pilot. And we're like, we're rich. It's
Yeah, of
over,
course.
babe. We went in. It was like $1,300. I tried to give her a hug. She pushed off me.
Like different,
Get off me.
different
You're
breed.
not
You said you were rich. Yeah.
Just kidding, honey.
I got it at some point, and I was so excited about it. And okay, and my question about the Mummy were, it was early in CGI, kind of.
Yeah, it was the tip of the spear at ILM with John Burton running
Oh,
it then.
ILM. Okay.
And they had done a lot of stuff with, I want to say, like Terminator.
Shit. Yeah.
and,
ILM was a big one.
The
Not Avatar.
like the creature from
Alien.
I was no close. It was Jim Cameron's water movie.
I remember that. The Abyss.
The Abyss, I think. Yeah.
I got it.
That was pretty good,
That was good, dude.
Because I know a guy who was in it, Todd something. Yeah, anyway.
But it was a big gamble because first of all, nobody had any idea what the movie was going to look like. Is it a comedy in a way? Because everybody's comparing it to Abbott and Costello, and it's a throwback to Mummy, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a horror film? Was it
Was it Indiana Jones?
Was it an adventure film? Was it a romance? Was it a
And it was all
It
of it.
was like a genre. It was a
Exactly.
beginning
It hit him
of-
on all counts, like a
Marvel
Rachel Weisz.
movie today.
Is Rachel Weisz
Right?
the girl?
That hits on all those frequencies.
Correct.
The girl, and it was great with him.
Mm-hmm.
John Hannah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
See? Oh yeah, he was your guide or something.
He was her brother, my brother-in-law, my ne'er-do-well brother-in-law.
They call them popcorn movies today, right? Just fun. That's
straight
what I
Was
think
it
about.
fun to do?
Kind of scary.
Absolutely.
Oh, I get
a little bit scary,
A little bit romantic.
but it's
little
thrill
bit fun.
ride funny. Like, I
Yeah.
want to do it again.
Yeah.
Do you get hurt ever?
Not on that one, just my feelings.
Is your feeling? Why your
I
feeling?
can't remember one reason or another.
How were you with reading reviews throughout your career? Did you get iron
I
or
think
were you dinged by it? Or I'm terribly sensitive. If anything says anything slightly negative,
early
about me-
on it was, you want to slap me in my bulbous face, says some writer in Portland, Oregon. I thought, them's fighting words. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
find you, bro. But it's hard to not take stuff like that
Sure.
personally.
yeah.
But I would always feel like I would root around and look for the good ones, but I didn't know if they held any currency.
Sift through.
Yeah.
I get hurt by Instagram comments. I'm
You
very
are on
fragile.
social media? Are you crazy?
Yeah. Let's
Painful
you-
indeed is vindictive speech is a theme of The Whale.
Yep.
Say that again.
Painful indeed is vindictive speech. I saw that on a plaque outside of a temple in Thailand years ago in front of a giant golden recluse.
Well, earlier in your career, if you get something negative, it can affect your career, and you know it. And then later, when you've gone through some stuff, it's a little. If you feel a little more resilient, you know you can withstand the storm. But if early on you do something and people are negative or Rotten Tomatoes or all that shit, it's such a wispy career where it could just wind blow away from you, and you're like, wait, I'm a big deal. And they're
I
like,
think
"No."
it's worse when you've had some success and then you get dinged and they use that success
you
to
get a piece of
juxtapose
it.
how you're not successful anymore.
Mm.
Because I've had my travails with that. But then you kind of go back to, Tom Hanks said there's no crying in
In
baseball.
baseball.
There's no being bitter in show business because the entire thing is designed to make you bitter. I
Make
met
you
Mickey Rooney was the most bitter
means
man I
it's
ever
working.
met. I was the #1 star in the world. You hear me bang the world, So I knew early on, okay, everything about show business is designed to make you feel bitter. So I'm going to choose either to pretend or just remember that we're privileged that we
Or
get
luck-
paid $1 to do
To
this.
do this.
Yeah.
That's the rub. It's like they're paying me to do this. That's how I felt early on
Mm-hmm.
because I would be doing this anyway, even if you didn't, because I didn't know what else to do.
Tony Randall told me that.
Did he?
We get paid to do this. And he
That's-
was like 85 at the
Yeah.
time. Never lost the wonder in all of that.
That's why I like people who do regular jobs because I go, we need them. I can't do it. I can't do jack shit.
Agreed.
And I appreciate it. I was a busboy, got fired 3 times. But in The Mummy,
You're
I
a
was asked
fighter.
that. First of all, The Mummy looked fun, like you said it was.
Fun.
But doing stunts, you must have had to do some in The Mummy. And then you said you
I got
hurt.
choked out pretty good on
yeah.
day 2 or 3. There was a hanging sequence and
Hanging?
from the neck.
No, I'm out.
Well, didn't they have you in a harness and
They
CG?
they didn't because they
They're
did
trying to get the shot before lunch.
exactly.
That's
So
what
you had-
happens.
Wait,
People
a
don't
hanging
realize that.
scene and you blacked out? Did
Well-
they fire the stunt coordinator?
No, he was too important, and plus I could still be
But,
replaced.
yep,
it was
it's a
early
hierarchy.
on in the schedule,
Wow,
so
wow.
we were running around going, we still have jobs, we do, but we could be replaced. Hannah was like that all the time, like, oh no, I can't believe it. Don't tell them they'll send me back to Glasgow. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I still got a job. They can't fire me now. Fuck it, let's do this.
So
Sorry, I
that's
just channeled him.
You can't. It's hard to complain on the set. You don't want to be a complainer.
I got choked out because the rope was on my neck. Steven said, hey, it's a medium shot. It doesn't look like you're hanging because they already shot the wide of the stuntman in the harness. And he went, bang, and it looked great. You only need a moment. And then they go in on a coverage of Rick, choking. Did one shot, came in, and he said, hey, look, it doesn't really look like you're, dying. Can you really dial it up? And all right, I didn't like what was happening anyway. So we went for another take, and I remember watching. The camera was on tripod, came around, there's a guy screaming off camera, and I remember looking, I could see the matte box, and I thought, okay, I'm really going to sell the hell out of this, and I made up what would really make me look like I'm choking, like I'd been asked, so I huffed air really hard and started hyperventilating and held my breath, so I thought, I'll get really big red veins popping out of my eyeballs and all that. That's the stupidest thing you could do if you're at carotid arteries are being choked off. And the guy holding the rope above me on the scaffolding was the stunt man, and he brought up the tension, and I was on my own feet,
On your toes.
on my
you're on your
toes,
toes.
and I had nowhere to go unless I was a ballerina.
Yeah.
And I don't. All I remember seeing is the map box come around, and then it was like, mew.
Went black.
An iris closed, like someone turned the dial down, like boo. And the next thing I knew, there was a British voice going, Brendan, Brendan. And there was dirt in my ear and in my teeth, and it felt like my elbow was behind my head and the world was sideways. I didn't understand it. And my shin really hurt, and everyone was quiet as a drop of pin. Forget it. They were screaming their heads off moments ago, earlier. And I thought, what just happened? And then it kind of dawned on me that these guys are medics. They're trying to wake me up. Everyone's looking at me.
Sheesh.
It was, while it didn't hurt per se, it frightened me more than anything else. And I didn't like having that feeling of, being the fallen team player when it happens in hockey or football or something. Everyone gets quiet.
Yeah.
And I kind of had this emotional reaction, like
yeah,
I
you
did
would.
something wrong or I didn't know.
Whole set's dead silent.
And Simon Atherton, I outed you, runs over to me and he goes, all right, man, cool. You're in the club. Same thing happened to Mel Gibson on Braveheart. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, I want to go home.
Wow. Initial here. Press hard for copies. We won't sue.
I passed
even
that
think of that.
test.
He is a great stunt guy. He went on, he did a lot of really good stuff that
Wow,
we've all really.
I've never heard of someone having that experience.
Well, apparently Mel Gibson did on Braveheart. Like I want to
Yeah, but
wear.
he said, "Let's do it again."
There's a difference.
That's my bad, Mel Gibson. So.
That was Mel Gibson.
Oh, I can't. Australian accents are difficult.
That was Keith Urban.
Okay, now
we
I
should-
just want to touch on. We're,
Yeah.
we're making our way toward the whale.
Yeah, we are.
Which is great.
We're
I
pretty
just
much
want to. My wife and I were watching the Affair on Showtime,
Oh yeah.
which I think is a really, really great show. And then you
Me
come
too.
on for season 3,
Yes.
and it's a precursor to your skill at the whale or whatever you've done throughout your career, because you must have got a lot of heat for that character, Gunther, this damaged, sadistic prison guard, and all of a sudden there's Brendan doing his thing. So it really stood out for me, and I really recognize that's Brendan Fraser. I mean, he's killing it. So did you get that feeling from that part?
The conceit for that was that he was a doppelganger. He was the bookending character, and
Yeah.
it's lifted straight out of creepy German fairy tale lore. The doppelganger is your other half. Doesn't necessarily have to be your twin other half, but looks like you and is there to teach the protagonist something about themselves, and they're doing it through the use of violence. So that was Gunther, and that's evidenced in the Rashomon quality of Rashomon story quality of like what really happened from different perspectives that the affair was structured on. When you would pick up little clues of, all right, Noah's car got
Noah, yeah.
his car got bashed into by Gunther, who was trying to chase him down. He saw him in the rearview mirror, but he pulls over and he thought it was a vision, but the camera pulls back and there's no damage on the bumper. So did it really happen or not? And then by story's end, he gets out of jail and confronts him in his own home. And it turns out the guy may have just been a well-meaning social worker all along, who worked in the jail and wanted to make sure that the inmates had a structured plan when or if they got out. And he was confronted by him on his own front lawn. And you should be left wondering, did that really happen that way? And I think that was the perfection of that show, because they did that in so many ways, from retelling a story from different characters' perspectives.
It was her point of view, his point of view. But it's interesting to me, not being any kind of sort of dramatically trained actor, is that you do all this stuff, prep work in your head, and then you just stand there as Gunther, and we as viewers just know a lot's going on. You're gone, and this guy has got tons of shit going on. So it's just fun to watch.
Thank you.
It's interesting to pick
I appreciate
different places to show up too, like in The Affair, which is a hit show, and then he's in there. Just
that's why
more
you never went totally
surprise.
away. There's always you're showing up in really kind of high quality stuff throughout what do you call it? The post knots?
Not
2012 to
around
now.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I did take a step back to slow down. My life had taken a different path at that point too. I had kids. I'd moved across the country. There's some legal action in my life, personally speaking, and that, for better or worse, it's something you must contend with, and it takes your focus away from what your aspirations professionally are. But you'd go mad if you didn't have a job, right? So I always had something to do, whether it was with the affair or some other project. And also, I don't know if I could have maintained the level of expected success that I had up until that point, because you fall out of favor if your film doesn't reach, I don't know, a magical number or something like that. And you don't know what the rules are. You don't know if you've been fired or you just won't be rehired. Yeah. So you got to take it in control of it yourself.
Being someone who had a botched bypass and had career difficulties, I just wonder how you process that period of not needing to go into it personally, but it's sort of on record that you had troubles and various things. Same with other people. How does it affect you now? You look back at, hey, Brent, were you proud of? You were courageous. You made the right choices.
I'm glad for everything that happened the way that it did, because I couldn't be the individual who I am now without having gone through the paces that way before. If this kind of acknowledgement that I'm seeing or receiving right now had happened 20 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to I wouldn't have had the emotional man tool belt of psyche to deal with it. I do now because I have a context. I know why I do this. It's because I got kids now, and that just chemically changes everything every choice you make. It gives it that's the reason why. The rest of it was just about desperation and fun and trying to stay with
I think that's where I'm at.
A trend. Desperation and fun, or staying with a trend.
That's the title of his Showtime special.
Desperation and fun. It took Brandon to find a good title for me. I go, that's it. That sums it all
Quick,
up.
let me write that down.
So it's sort of like your own mortality, or putting your kids first in your brain all the time. And for me, when I
did that
had
too.
I was like, oh, you can really check out of here at any time, So I was like, oh, please, can I get to 60?
Oh, you mean you can check out, meaning you
because my issues were at 42. I'm perfect now, never had a heart attack. That's all. It's in my book.
I recall, Dana, and you look fantastic. You look really healthy.
You look hot.
Thank you. I know. Anyway, but I was curious about that, and that makes total sense. And so you're back at the table in a way, and you're saying it makes sense. All this emotionality you went through and this whole trajectory, you're able actually to grasp it. Because I got an Emmy once, and Bob Hope handed it to me.
Wow.
And I wasn't really there.
You had an out-of-body experience with it?
Out of body, but I couldn't really. Me and Emmy, I'm just from Carl.
And you're like, am I the good guy that's supposed to get an Emmy right now when I look at everyone's so great? Yeah.
When I was on the cover of Rolling Stone, I felt nothing. I just I couldn't grasp it. I'm just saying that
talk about that a little more, because it kind of happened to me a little bit last night.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
The Critics' Choice.
And I were, kind of, no. Yeah, well, can I say one thing about Anthony Hopkins again? Just by accident. Because he was kind of doing TV movies, and then he read the script. This will take very fast. Hannibal Lecter or whatever, Silence of the Lambs, and he put it down after 5 pages. He said, "I didn't want to read anymore because I might not get the part because it was so perfect."
Wow!
And he thought he would think to himself, "What would it be like to be in a big Hollywood film? Oh, wow, that must be amazing." So he does Hannibal Lecter, wins the Oscar. He's in Times Square. He looks up, Silence of the Lambs, Anthony Hopkins lying around the block. And he says, and I felt nothing.
Oh.
So it's hard. You're out of body in a way. All these awards you're getting and 10-minute standing ovations. I would find it to grasp it. You feel like you're in a fever dream or something?
No, sometimes, but that's just my own insecurity coming to take over me. And the best advice I'm getting from friends and family and all that is just stay in your own boots. Just take the moment in. Yeah. And I know that has value because I couldn't appreciate that stuff earlier on. I can now.
Yeah. Well, I think that for all of us, because, I'll cry in my car sometimes, just like for a minute, when just things overwhelm you. Yeah. And David is there usually at the same time. No, but so when you're that raw with people and it's so authentic, I know that's such a cliche word now, it touches all of us.
Yeah.
because we're feeling the weight of it. You can't watch your acceptance speech. And I couldn't, by the end of The Whale too, it was just so overwhelming. Yeah. And so whatever you went through maybe informed you to bring us these gifts.
It has to have had value or gotten into your body. And The Whale was shot during the time of COVID also. So, and there's this, tiny set, 2-bedroom apartment. We rehearsed on a sound stage with a taped out floor for 1-to-1 model. So we really knew our jobs pretty well.
Say 1-to-1 model? So it's like exactly taped off what the set's going to be.
You would rehearse a play, for instance. Darren wouldn't even let us cross the tape. We had to use the entrance, taped out entrance.
Like there's a wall there.
Yeah. Okay. You would walk into the wall. Don't cross the tape.
Darren Aronofsky.
Aronofsky.
Him too.
Sheesh.
I'm not good. I went to state school.
I'm
not. We're from Montana. We don't put 2 and 2 together too easily.
I'm Brendan Fraser. How do you do?
Brendan Fraser's here. I mean, it's almost like.
I always thought, just to touch on what you just said, it would be harder to me, I think, if you were on Friends. It's like a show like that. The first thing out of the gate is so huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you don't realize it might not be like that anymore.
How do you follow that up?
And how do you follow? It must screw with your head. And when you get like one line in something and then you get this, and you sort of go up and have, everyone has career ups and downs, that you do appreciate when it's going good because you go, it can go away. You didn't know before, but now
I still feel like someone's going to walk in the door and accuse me of fraud. Basically. And I have imposter syndrome. Like you feel like I should be feeling something.
I guess it's normal. Jimmy Stewart and Henry Fonda said that's it. Every movie.
They haven't found me out yet.
Yeah. Dana
has
and I won't
insurance.
even do the impression.
I guess we're right on schedule then, guys.
We're David.
Tell him. Now listen, people don't know this. The Whale got a 12-week standing ovation. By the way, I will say it's funny when I hear like a 3-minute standing ovation, then 6, until I go, what are these people doing? Do they bring a lunch? Because they're clapping going, are you sitting down? Because I loved it, but I have to go to the valet now. Like, it's 15.
Pace yourself to do
this. It's a lot of work.
Well, and Brandon's watching him going, are you done? I get it. You liked it. Now my feet are hurting.
I was trying to leave the theater and I thought we were almost out the doors in Venice, and Darren's like, no, get back, take a bow. I'm like, really? All right, fine. So I did. I took a bow. It wasn't, but what you don't see is I was looking at 1,200 people, and they're all crying and they're Italian and stuff, and they're doing this. You can't not.
So was that a moment? I was just curious about this when I see that. Like you do the movie, so everyone's starting to get you hyped up. Hey, I gotta admit, hey, you're awesome at this, right? It's starting to happen. But then when you show it to an audience and you get that kind of response, then okay,
like it's real.
It's as great as people are telling me,
right?
And so see why that would be a waterworks moment, maybe even more than
because it's proof they actually like it. It's not just some agent or somebody telling you that it's good. You're great in it.
Are you having a sense memory right now?
I was just no.
Because that.
Oh, no, wait. I am now. Now I am. No.
Okay. Because it feels like that would be the first. What was the first one that you showed it to, where you were with the audience and they
Venice
okay.
Film Festival,
1,200 seat theater.
I don't have the number of seats, but there were many people.
And you have no idea how it's going to go.
I know that I've seen it. I know that after you finish watching this film, the credits roll. And people are still rooted to the spot. And I don't say that in the same kind of like blowing smoke kind of way. Agents go, well, I loved it, man. None of that.
This one's legit. I was the whole time just
riveting.
I felt like I needed to reconnect a few sockets and cables after I saw, and I'm in the thing. And
it's not, it doesn't let up. Your daughter in it is wonderful.
Sadie Sink.
Sadie Sink is
from
tremendous.
Stranger Things. You and her
Liz
together is that energy is magic. The two of you.
She came in, coming in hot, and she did not let up. She was tough too. She was tough.
The estranged daughter.
She's, first thing, Sadie is a genuine article. I watch this kid winning the game ball every single day at a front row seat. Her talent presages her years. And I'm like, where'd you come from? And she is, as Darren describes her, she's like a jewel. You look at it one way, it's interesting and new and beautiful and all that. And there's a new facet. And she was just consistent, a stone cold professional in her approach. Just always gold star performance. I could say nice things for the rest of her time here. But Sadie, is also a young woman who has a big family. Her father is a football coach. He's got a handshake on him, like gripping a handful of channel lock pliers. Like, are you a stonemason? Like, ouch. And it's just him introducing himself. So she comes from a real strong family. And she has this gift. It has to be. Yeah. Her approach to playing this part was, and I saw it. She never went in for the trope of an angsty teenager. She understood that this girl is talented as a character, but doesn't know it yet. She has a lot of understandable rage that comes from her hurt. Charlie did something that really, really wounded this kid. And he didn't have to pay the bill on it until it confronts him and life doesn't. That's the movie.
You invited the bill being paid.
Exactly. So she comes back and she's demanding of to get what she needs. Sadie's focus on that was never to crack until the moment when the spell gets broken in a way, when he finally crests his Mount Kilimanjaro of making his apology to her. And come see the film. But that's the moment. I'm
welling up just thinking about that part because first of all, watching it from different eyes, my dad left when I was 4 and my brothers were 6 and 8. So, and he didn't come around, and then he came back later and he didn't really want to make up. He just came around. And so I was the one sort of pushing the reconciliation, just because you don't have your dad. Yeah. And so there was themes in that movie that hit me in different ways. And also just the fact that it is just a very well-crafted, and the woman that takes care of you, Liz, I think is her name.
Hong Chow.
Yeah, she was magic as well. It's in movies that are brilliant, that are great, and I give it up to the writer, director, and all the performers.
Samuel D.
You
Hunter.
can't imagine anyone else playing any other part.
No.
That's a great movie. That's always the sign of it. No one else could have done what you did.
I believe that character should have its own movie. Yeah. I want to know who Liz was at work in her other life.
Right, because she just comes in.
Such a likable character.
And there's more that Hong can say in between the lines, in the pauses and the silences, than any of the dialogue she's speaking, just by her face and how she drinks in who she's speaking to, almost as if like she's listening with her pores or something.
Well, there's parts in there, and you can always tell us to cut something out if it feels like it's too much. But remember the part, Dana, where she's talking about her truck, and it's such a curveball, like you're getting it from all sides, and it's just like, oh my God, what a fucking mess. That was tough to take, all that. So, listen, it got me. I kept starting and stopping it because I had to gather myself. Brendan, I'm a comedic performer. I was doing sold out shows, other people's words, in big theaters. And it was hard to regain the funny bone. But like you, very talented. And I got through it. Dana?
I just want to ask, because I'm fascinated how great movies get made. I remember asking Joe Pesci once, do you know when it's great?
Yeah.
How do you do it? I mean,
what did he answer?
He goes, hey, you lock in. That's how you do it. You just fucking lock in, He said something once that I knew he'd done. He goes, sometimes some guys don't want to fight. You know what I say? Sugar bowl across the nose. And you could tell he'd done that move. He's not a big guy, but
doesn't matter.
But he says you lock in. So for me, when you're shooting the whale, how does Darren approach that? So he's got these diamond gems. You're in your thing. You're this big giant person, and you're just so locked in. Does he do you a lot of takes? Do you ask for more takes? Is he?
He likes to shoot a lot of takes, and
and that's okay with you.
Look, we're all there once anyway. Yeah. We knew, like I said, we knew our jobs from the rehearsal process. So you made your discoveries and you did your bonding, made your mistakes before you walk up, instead of just a bunch of actors showing up, going, it would be really cool, and looking at the sides every morning. No, we knew how to play the music
because it was a play.
Yes, precisely, and for that. Each take, because it's a tiny set, it's a 2-bedroom apartment. We're like a submarine crew on top of each other, and because of the exigencies of playing that character, and I'm wearing a great deal of makeup and apparatus and costuming and harnessing, and whether it was a man whose body is big like Charlie's, or if I was in an alien costume or something, they're really kind of the same approach. It's suit performing, and so I figured, we're here. Let's just keep doing it again. Darren, he would just keep shooting. We were also shooting like everyone does now on digital. So there's no more film. There's no magazine to change.
Just keep going.
It's like a light switch. Just turn it on. And you can do them on a loop. And if something's off on a take, just back up the camera and go again. And I think that would get him a lot of variety. And but in Hong's case, he would just kind of go, okay, well, we already got it. You know what? Just show off. Impress me. He loved her so much. It wasn't, you would try, and it was really finessing many takes to find out what's the best way to do it. He was never shooting for variety, with me at least.
And you could almost do it different ways. Like there's different colors and layers in each take, and you're like, he's got to go back and pick which is the best one. Because sometimes I think that was a good one. Next one you go, that was good at the beginning. Oh, we nailed that part. On different movies, but this one, I'm sure he's got in his head what he wants. It's hard. It would be hard with that emotion, which is a lot of your stuff, and humor.
It's very emotional.
To get through take after take. That would be harder for me. Because you have to get there.
One day at a time. I think, you gotta eat an elephant one bite at a time.
At least it was in one location was kind of nice.
Yeah, where was it?
We shot in Newburgh, New York. Across the mighty Hudson. It was frozen at that time of year, so cold there, in a motorcycle museum in the lower half of...
and I'm sure you said this on press junkets, but so it was 3 hours in probably and 3 hours out? 4.
Oh,
and how many to get out?
An hour. But that's okay. I mean...
shoot for 12 minutes a day.
I had a guy, Kevin Yeager, who's brilliant on this, a very goofy movie no one saw, Master of Disguise.
I love Master of Disguise.
Hey!
Wait a minute. Let me can I record this?
Master of Disguise. I'm a Master of Disguise.
It was
anyone we interview that mentions it gets a little.
It was very, very silly. But he like 8 hours with me sometimes.
Wow. 8. Honest.
Yeah.
In which character? Do you remember?
Well, it was the Turtle Man. I'd get there at 3:30 or 4 sometimes. Oof. He would spray spackle very detailed on my hands and stuff.
Yeah. Was he built? What are they putting appliances on you that were already built?
Appliances on when I did Quint from Jaws, Robert Shaw, Shark Go in the Water. That was a big one,
Right.
Look, exactly.
And I'm encased in rubber. I don't know if you had a situation, I'll ask you in a second. And they said, Barbara Streisand's here today because James Brolin was playing the father. Mm-hmm. So I had lunch with Barbara Streisand, but I'm in full prosthetic Robert Shaw makeup the whole time. Weird, yeah. There was no time for me to get out. So do you have goofy agents or people come by, you're completely Charlie, you're fully your guy, and then you're talking as Brendan. It was a little weird.
There were moments of that, but if we weren't like in the production or the family, there weren't that many visitors anyway. There actually 0 because it was COVID restrictions and all that. I think David from A24 came around and just put his head into my cooling tent and say hi.
My cooling tent.
Yeah, I did. I had a cooling tent with a Barker lounger.
Yeah.
Because you can't get up and run to lunch. You have to
I needed to be wheeled the 70 or so steps from the chair to the set, to the chair, to the set.
I won't say anything more about the movie, but I could see
right.
that.
We're talking about the movie The Whale, which is doing very, very well box office wise, I've read. I mean, it's getting a big audience for an indie film.
It's hard to make adult thoughtful dramas at the moment. I hope they'll turn around. It used to be that's all you could make if you wanted to do something small. It was a thinky piece that went to a film festival and then you hoped for distribution or something like that. But with streaming and all the different ways to consume content.
After rehearsal, how long did it take?
After what?
After you were done with rehearsals, how long did it take to actually shoot it?
I think we had like 30-something days, not including the weekends, but 30, 32 days.
Okay.
But we shot mostly chronologically, which was really helpful.
That's fun. Yeah,
you
that really helps.
Through.
I wouldn't say it's a fun movie, but I'd say that helps. That helps.
Well, good is good. I'm wondering when the first time you did the makeup test and you became the character, and when you looked in the mirror, obviously the thing is you start to go, What was your reaction? Was it emotional almost?
It
or?
was actually funny you should ask.
So I think
the first test was at the Protozoa office, and Adrian Moreau is the designer of this makeup. He's brilliant, and getting into it for the first time, it was a big labor to get all the parts from Montreal and all that. And Darren looked over my shoulder and he said, "For the rest of your life."
What does that mean?
That's what I thought. What does that mean? And then I thought, I know what you mean, actually, because you can't really divorce yourself from me creating this character for better or worse.
Hope you remember it.
Yes, you can be remembered for something for the rest of your life for any number of reasons.
Well, there's never been a movie that explored people who suffer from obesity.
Not in this way.
No,
I thought about this long and hard. I remember
not this way. Right? Yeah,
the closest I could think of, and this might be reaching for it, was Dom DeLuise in Fatso.
Oh, interesting.
It was called
more of a
Fatso?
broad comedy from the 80s, right, or 70s.
It was really emotional too.
Yeah,
and I drew inspiration from John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
Do you recall when they were he was deriding him, and he says, "Go ahead, you can. I'm a big guy. You can take a shot at me.
Yeah,
but I like me. My wife likes me. I'm good enough." I mean, and he looked like he was going to crack in that moment, and he probably was. And that was a beautiful piece of acting right there. I don't think we've seen that kind of sensitivity attached to owning who you are when you live in a larger body like that.
Yeah, and I love that he was a college professor, and there was a heartache always underneath almost the entire. It was just there. You didn't have to play it.
Even when you're being light, like you're being light with everyone, you're saying, "I'm sorry." But it is all in really your face. So the suit kind of goes away after a while because you're just watching you to see what's going on.
That's the hope, because in absence of it, being a success with our finely tuned brains seeing makeups versus CGI creations, and you can tell where the dotted lines are, and you automatically go, you have to make a decision about suspension of belief. I'll let that one slide. But with this, it was a straight ahead analog makeup, with the exception of maybe a light digital curative, if like a piece of fabric on your shirt was acting up in its own movie or whatever, that we'd fix that later. There was a scene when on the bib sort of shape of the collar, when Charlie goes down the hallway to go to bed, he takes his shirt off before, and anyway, that was the full suit. It was very heavy, and anyway, apart from that, what you see was what you got. But if it didn't work, there was no movie, and the rule was, this is a makeup and costume that will obey the laws of physics and gravity. It will not be what we've seen so frequently, which is
a light foam
Halloween costume kind of silhouette that an athletic actor wears, and you sort of defy gravity and bounce around the way. And I mean, that's a different movie. It's a different genre. I have mixed feelings about what's funny about that and what's not.
No, you look like it was very belabored to do anything.
That guy was ill. He was not well.
You really, I mean, when you were wheezing and I felt suffocated. I was really, and when the heroic moment with his daughter where he's, I don't want to give away the ending, but when he gets up, that put me in a puddle of tears. I'm feeling it right now.
It's having the strength to get to your feet and do what you need to do.
Just someone who loves his daughter so much, and it's impossible, and he's going to do it anyway. And anyway, you should see it, folks. If you like great drama.
If you like great movies, my God, geez.
Sorry, so you got me again,
Thanks,
Brendan.
Dana.
What do you got for Brett? I think we should let him go on his flight.
There you go.
Brendan's a very nice dude, and
Brendan
he came
Fraser
over on the way to go to more stuff in London about the whale.
On another human note, everyone, there's so many awards in our lives growing up. You're Canadian, speak French, but there's the Academy Awards. I mean, you've already nominated Golden Globe. You've won Critics' Choice. I don't know how many more there'll be, but do you let your mind wander to that idea of an Academy Award?
No, I can't. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I can't read those tea leaves any better than you or me or anyone can. I laugh at the prognostication that goes on because nobody knows shit. Nobody knows anything.
No, it's always a surprise.
Disabuse yourself of having the inside track. You do not.
No, nobody knows. You do have to keep that attitude.
Yes.
Right.
It was Herman Melville who wrote, "I know not all that may be coming, but come what may, I will go to it laughing."
Yes.
I lived by that since Venice this and now. A few other maxims and idioms along the way. Another one being ignorance is the parent of fear. It's better to know, better to go towards the risky things that we're reticent to know about or learn about, so that you have a fully formed opinion about it, a more well-informed opinion, than just ignoring it and condemning it early on and remaining frightened.
Yeah.
That's, again, Melville, 1851.
Moby Dick.
Exactly.
With Gregory Peck.
That too.
Saw it as a little kid. Was always blown away by
Did
it.
you just do Gregory Peck?
Gregory Peck. I've kissed bigger lips than yours. I'm Gregory Peck. I'm Henry Fonda. I can do these guys, but no one knows what they talk like. Yeah, I know a lot about a GIF projector. Now, you're a Polaroid camera. GIF. Anyway, I just do the voices. But, you know, those Rich Little voices, those old movie stars.
I love Rich
The
Little.
only one you could do now is Jimmy Stewart because of It's a Wonderful Life. Kid came up to me, hey, you did the It's a Wonderful Life guy. But the rest are all
fading out,
gone.
They don't know who they are. They have no frame
it's
of
okay.
reference. Is that right?
Our
They
first
don't.
movie stars.
I still do Nixon in my act. It seems to.
Can we get a taste?
No, my accent's stupid.
Isn't that the standard?
That's it.
No, that was Nixon was a good go-to.
Alderman and Dean, they were the ones that led me down that path.
Well, good luck to you. I think anything that happens from now on is all gravy. So it's
Brendan,
been great. Great talking to you.
I'll give you one little thing, and
Yeah,
I'll
give
do it
one
as
little
Hans
thing.
and Franz. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Oh boy.
I smell an Oscar nomination.
Oh God.
Sorry, he's laughing. We have to have a sense of humor about it.
Just in memory of my late mother, who loved the church lady because she was church.
really?
She was church lady.
Oh, that's funny.
Well. We're up there getting our awards, aren't we? We think we're a little bit superior to a little man I like to call Jesus. We like ourselves, don't we? We're having a good old time at the party circuit where alcohol is served and the sluts there are plenty.
Yeah, I don't know where she came from, but that's I'm flattered that your mom got some joy out of that character, and my mother-in-law is Irish Catholic, loves it as
They would
well.
have got along great.
They loved it. No one took offense to it, even in the Bible Belt. They just loved. But it's just fun to be superior. We like to talk on our little microphone, don't we, David?
Yeah.
We've got a podcast, and we feel superior. I don't know where it's an idiotic character, but Brendan Fraser exudes likability. I'm so happy that he's laughing right now because it's been he got me. David saw a little bit. We laughed, but
So
anyway.
I saw the whole thing, you jackass. The whale?
Well, just everything here when we started thinking about that last moment in the film, it still gets me.
I don't want to talk about that because it's part of the movie, but I was gotten all across the board. I kept stopping because I was like, oh my God, this is catching me off guard. Over and over.
So how can we sum up? We appreciate you. I mean, the whole world is, as you know, just loves you. Like, everyone's happy to see you.
It's not always the
really
case.
Nice, and I know that
It is.
You've been through everything, and it just seems that's show business, and then there's life, and it's hard to, kind of puff yourself up at this point and go, hey, damn right,
I will never let that.
And it's never going to happen, but at least I would just enjoy it as much as you
got a little run going.
I agree. Thank you.
as much as you can.
I appreciate
Ride it out.
a lot.
People will say nice things to me sometimes, and I'm like, oh, okay. You're blowing up, Dane. That's my sister. You're blowing up again. I go, really? I don't think so. But so I know, but for you, your training and what you've shared with us about your, quoting Melville and what you're doing, I mean, that's the true path. Like what's,
knows what he's doing.
what's the work, In the end of the day, you did this brilliant piece of acting in this film. That's all we have.
Period.
Thank you.
Look, I summed it up.
Thank you.
All right.
And I have a business manager to introduce to you. No. Do you have any advice?
No, he's doing good so far.
Yeah. So anyway, well, good luck in
dude.
these next few weeks going through the circuit, and we
Thank you,
only wish
gentlemen.
you the best. And we also really want to thank you for coming on our
Yeah, very
podcast.
nice.
It's my absolute
Very cool.
pleasure.
No, it's very very flattering.
You got to talk toward the end. I thought that was a big deal.
We tried to interrupt. I said to David before, let's cut him off 50% of the time.
We
had
don't
a
even
strategy.
we don't have to coach us on that.
No, we hope you. Is there anything else you feel you want to say to the world?
Just thank you.
Because we have a really
Thank you.
big following.
Just thank you very, very much.
All right.
And-
No, it was
and
a complete
enjoy
pleasure.
Fly on the Wall with Dana Carvey and David Spade.
There you go.
Brendan Fraser, thank you.
Hey, what's up, flies? What's up, fleas? What's up, people that listen? We want to hear from you and your dumb questions.
Questions, ask us anything. Anything you want.
You can email us at flyonthewall@cadence13.com. Okay, here's an AMA, guys. Dana, get prepped. First of all,
pick a sunglass. David, I'm going to let you pick for this segment.
I don't mind the little. No, I like those better. Okay.
Twins.
Love the podcast. The recent Farley tribute was great. Sent me on a YouTube deep dive of Farley's time in SNL. What a legend. Question for David. You mentioned a movie you and Chris were pitched shortly before he passed called The Tree. Do you remember specifics? Yes. His name is Lance Witchy, pronounced like witchy woman. That's what he says. Okay. The Tree, Dana, was a movie. It was pretty typical of Spade Farley formula. I like this. I was a stiff DC political guy climbing up like an assistant, whatever, low man on the totem pole. I'm getting married. It's a week for my wedding, week before Christmas, or whatever. After Thanksgiving, they say they want a tree to be delivered to, across the country. I order it. There's a big screw up. It's my fault. I hear from the president himself. You go get the tree and bring it back. Make sure it gets here. So I have to fly across the country. I have to get back for my wedding. And Farley is the lumberjack that's in charge of the tree. And he wants to make 18 stops on the way there. And I don't want to. So we fight along the way. And it's sort of a good device.
Kind of like trains,
Yeah.
planes, and automobile, like two misfits
Yep.
on a journey. Is that script still around?
It might be. I
Because
thought
we're
later.
two misfits that
Yeah.
could go on a journey.
Yeah,
We
well,
wouldn't even have to act.
I'm up for journeys. And Melissa McCarthy, I thought might be funny at one time for that. But it just sort of went away. We both had read it. We had done, we'd just done two. So we thought, let's give it a breather. But at the end, we were like, the tree was pretty funny. We could probably shape that or get somebody on that. So anyway, it didn't work out. But that was kind of what it was.
I never asked you this, but what was the difference, you think, in terms of like Black Sheep versus Tommy Boy?
Nothing. Oh,
I mean, did you sense that maybe Black Sheep wasn't, because Wayne's World 2 didn't do as good as Wayne's World 1, but...
well, the problem there was Tommy Boy, the quick stories, which we're not good at quick stories, but it sort of fell into place. Pete Siegel's director, Fred Wolf was on the set. We're just adding jokes. We're just all screwing around.
So,
no
it
one's
was
watching
light
the farm.
and easy, and then
Yeah.
the pressure in the second one.
Second one, we got your director from Wayne's World.
Penelope, she's
Yeah.
good.
And she didn't want me in Black Sheep. So, and she's admitted this. She said I wasn't good and she didn't like me in Tommy Boy. And she said she just wanted to do a movie with Chris, so she would do this movie.
Oh, well,
And that's when and she took 40 pages out of the script that Fred wrote and we all chipped in on. So we were more separated in the movie and it wasn't as fun back and forth. I still like Black Sheep, but I'm not here to hammer her down. I'm just saying.
No, I'm sure
that's
she
what
has
it turned
her side
into.
of it. I didn't mean to bring up something negative. I
No,
would just say
I
that
think I better go. I'm gonna
budgets
leave.
are also, David, if I could for a moment.
Yeah.
Budgets are also can be the enemy of comedy. Like, so the first movie, they threw Mike and I as Wayne and Garth on the hood of the car. And we're going, do you ever be attracted to Bugs Bunny or whatever? And it was like, took 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you ever...
Wasn't overthought.
If she's a babe. If she were president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln. So it was just one take, go away. Second movie was like a 3-day shoot, multiple cameras. We're on that car for hours.
CGI.
Sucking and squeezing the life out of it. So anyway,
That's
no
what
one's
happened.
fault.
And a lot
Just
more pressure, and a lot more cooks in the
more
kitchen.
pressure.
Saying,
Yeah, but not
we
the
think this way
director
could be
was great.
funny. This could,
Yeah.
overthought, over-tested. And so I still liked a lot of Black Sheep, and Chris was definitely funny in it, but and there's some funny parts. Penelope did add one thing I have to give her where we were in bunk beds, and when she said, I'm going to do this thing where he falls on you. And I go, we didn't shoot that. And she goes, I did it with a camera trick. And when I saw it, I was like, there's no fucking way I would even know that was a camera trick. It looks so real. And so
reverse.
I will give her that. That was very funny. And a great additional joke, which is what you're killing for in those movies. Just get a house laugh. So that's it. And thank you for asking.
If you don't park over the line, there's no joke. There's no joke, Jerry.
And
Jerry.
No show.
I'm just a social mess. I don't. Most things I say are. It's not even offensive. It's just like, I'd rather not. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the biggest shows ever. And it's definitely one of the biggest shows in the world right now, if not like the biggest.
I'm pretty friendly with him. I mean, I'm not going to say we're BFFs, but
that's kind of cool.
You know, yeah, I'm kind of a fan. I see him on stuff, and then I ran across him. We wound up doing a commercial during COVID, right before COVID. So I definitely got to see if he remembers that. And we all mostly know him from Fleabag and Stranger Things, of course. That's smash.
One of the biggest hits in the world. Yeah, Stranger Things. He's been on the last 4 seasons. And I think the new season's coming out this fall.
Yeah.
So we'll ask him.
So we got a lot of stuff with him. He's a super cool, chill dude. And I make fun of him a little bit, but I always do when I see him. But he's a real good guy, good sport. He's on TikTok a lot. And surprisingly, does some really I don't know if it's out of character or in character stuff, but it's pretty interesting. And he's got a lot of followers over there.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And let's hear from him. Here he is. Brett, are you there?
All right. Our guest today is Brett Gelman.
From Gelman's Mayonnaise.
From Gilbert, are you ready for this? Gilbert's over there. He doesn't understand what we're going to do.
Gelman, Regis.
I mean, but in all seriousness and through all that stress, I'm so excited to meet you, Dana, and see you, David, and be on here.
Dana, this is Brett, who's a, business acquaintance of mine.
Yeah.
We could say that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that we were flirting with friendship.
Yeah.
And I think we should go back to that.
We could start over. Dana's too tough, but I am available for friendship. And Dana's far away. He lives too far.
I'm quasi-agoraphobic, antisocial. Picked a weird career. But yeah, do you ever go through that phase where you meet someone at a club or whatever and you're really connecting? This is dude stuff, not women. And you're like, I'll take your number. And then even text a few more times. And God, this guy's really funny and smart. And you're having fun. And then it just stops one day. And then that's it.
No, it happens all the time.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
I think though, that meeting point is real. I think you're excited. And then I think life and the insanity of our own brains or neurosis starts to take over. And if it doesn't take that next step soon enough, it can go in the toilet.
It's more out of sight, out of mind. I think just logistically, Brent and I did I said Brent. That's another one you
say
get.
Brent? That happens to me all the time.
That has to happen to you.
That's a give up name. That's the name where at a certain point I don't correct it. I'm Brent. Fuck it. Yeah.
We did. Didn't we do a T-Mobile commercial, or am I crazy?
Yeah, we did a T-Mobile commercial right before the pandemic.
Fucking COVID. I think we were one of the last things I did that was still, I think there was even whispers are we still going to shoot this? Yeah. We did it, I think maybe February before March was the bad 2020 situation. And it was Brett and I in, God, was it? We were at the, not the DMV, no, unemployment office.
Yeah. And you were an unemployment agent. And I was in looking for jobs, and then COVID happened.
Right. So what I heard was, so we do this commercial, which was going to be down during the Final Four for March Madness. And it was a big commercial, maybe even 90 seconds, not just a minute. It was a long one.
Yeah.
And so Brad, who I didn't know well or know at all, I just knew of seeing him and stuff, knew he was funny, but then we had a blast. So we do the commercial. It's funny. It roughly, I don't know if I saw rough cut, but I like the director. I like the whole thing about it. I was T-Mobile. It was all good. And then then COVID hit. So they said, we're going to push it because the Final Four, I don't know if it's going to happen. And they started canceling basketball. Anyway, slowly eroding. And then like a month later, they go, we're just going to hold it right now because America's not ready for comedy. And I was like, I don't know if this is Saturday Night Live. It's a 90-second commercial, but okay.
Right.
So then I heard they held it more and they said, oh, now we can't air it because we realize it's an unemployment setting and people are losing their jobs right now and no one's working. And I'm like, okay, I didn't even get that part. I was like, oh, I guess it is. And then later they go, we're going to air it. And it was aired as a 15-second Instagram commercial.
Yeah.
So it was
good,
cut
though.
down to the nub.
I mean, for a commercial, it was really good. We were funny together.
I loved it. I mean, 15, we could have, we got every drop out of that 15 seconds.
Is there any way we could find that and show it right now?
I mean, we should because America
if you can,
would be...
Greg. If not, don't worry about it. Here's my question. One is, I could see you're on a set and you see another person with a kindred spirit, comedian, funny. And then you're just being comedian sub, being really honest. I have diarrhea, whatever it is. And then do you kind of tell each other or wink at each other, what are you getting paid to do this commercial? Did you tell each other that?
No, because I knew that David was probably getting paid way more than I was. And he probably knew that too.
Well,
right?
We don't bring up such things on sets. I didn't bring it up during Grown Ups. That's for sure.
Right.
I was like, Adam, this is all favored nations, right?
Right. Wait, do you bring that up, Dana, when you're on set? Do you find out what?
Oh, I don't know. I'm it's almost like a taboo. It's like a word you shouldn't say, but like celebrity net worth is something I check once in a while. I don't take it seriously, but the monetary aspect of the magic of show business, the way people perceive it, is kind of interesting and how it ebbs and flows. And where you were in 2020, you were you'd broken through. You became a star. So I just thought maybe it'd be fairly close, but I can't tell. David would be the veteran in that scenario.
That was the bummer, is that Brett was doing great and he's very funny and we did a funny commercial and it's sad because I go, he and I in a commercial, this would have been a good one, I thought.
Yeah.
So I was sad to see it go. Sometimes I shoot stuff and it goes away and I go, okay, it was just kind of work.
But that was fun. Jody Hill directed it.
Oh, was that? That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like from, the whole Danny McBride, David Gordon Green crew, co-creator of all those shows.
Mm-hmm.
So he was great, but he also just was very loose and cool and let us do our thing too. And we
I had cool glasses on too. I wanted to get those glasses and
these glasses.
Well, we'll have to get the band back together. Not those. You look cool in glasses though. You got a kind of a cool vibe going.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Likewise. I work at it. It's one of the things I work at.
Vibes are, you can change your vibe.
I had
you can make vibes better.
You can change.
I had a shirt like that once, but then my mom got a job. But
Jesus, crowd work.
That was from
really big. I won't say the label. It's like kind of a. No, it's a fancy
it's a little
label.
Jason Kelsey kind of look.
It's very oversized stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind it though.
It's very tent-like.
It's expensive, I think.
So
very expensive. No, I dumped so much money into this shirt. It was crazy.
That was your big investment?
It is an investment. No, you take out, it appreciates over time.
I know right now, and this sounds like a weird thing, but they are doing, I saw a guy listen, it's no bullshit. It was on TikTok. And he was taking out clothes on layaway, but really blingy, expensive, not necessities, like check this shit out. And he had all this stuff. But clothes on layaway has been a while since I've heard that. I could see if you're stuck, but this guy wasn't stuck. He's just like, I'm gonna blow this shit up with this outfit. And I thought, whoa, now you're getting in debt with clothes. That's tough.
That is tough. No, I mean,
Not the right call, I don't think.
no, that's like an ad. There's always that ad when you buy an expensive article of clothing. There's always that stress that I don't think ever leaves you. We were like, oh man, did I just like, is this just so stupid and irresponsible that I just bought this article of clothing? But the added stress of putting that on layaway.
Yeah. The thing about clothes, like I have obviously nice clothing, obviously Dana has, and if I get so excited, let's say about a shirt, let's just say a shirt, then
or 300 shirts,
and I bring it home and I keep it on the hanger and I'm all excited. I'm not going to wear it here. I'll wear it here. Do all that rigmarole. Then I find out like a year and a half later, I'm in a clothing store trying on a new shirt I like. And the one I liked is stuffed on the floor I'm like, who gives a shit about this? Look at this new shirt. And I'm like, oh, this is the same feeling I had about that one. But now that one's run through the ringer and we've lost something. We've lost some of the love for it.
Yeah. You got to get rid of stuff. You got to get rid of stuff. You got to clean out the closet. I mean, of course you have those choice things that you keep forever, but then certain things you got to be like, once you start seeing it's too much through the ringer, no, you got to get rid of it. Or it'll
when you lose your love, I do agree with that woman that holds up and goes, "You still?" What does she say? She goes, "Spark joy." She holds it up. Does this spark joy in you? You feel it, and you go, "I really like this. Good memories. Keep it." This one, dead air. Nope, out.
This is nothing. I'm holding on to this. Clothes are like people. Like you can have an unneeded obligation with an article of clothing that is being micro corrosive to your psyche. Absolutely. Heavy duty. I think about this way too much.
Yeah, I'm going to think about it from now on. Yeah.
Just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should have it. I once bought a jacket, I think at Barney's, for $1,000, and I could have got the same thing at Target for $88. I mean, literally the same. And for years, I referred to it as the $1,000 jacket. I felt ashamed of it. I eventually threw it out in anger. But there is kind of a disease when you first get a little extra money. And I would ask you, you kind of buy, did you have a very silly purchase? Did you get a Porsche? Did you have any, when you first got extra?
No, I don't think so. I'm always afraid that everything is a silly purchase. You know,
that's smart.
I definitely have again like splurged on clothing where I'm just like, ooh, that's not good. One silly purchase was I found out it wasn't like a purchase. This guy that I knew, he had a GoFundMe, and it was for his dog. And what I thought it said is like, my dog needs surgery or it's going to die. I thought it was like the dog needs surgery. So I was like, I'm going to put I had just gotten a big paycheck. I think I'm going to put a good amount of money into this dog's surgery to save this dog. I love dogs. But then after I found out the dog had already had surgery and he just needed money. Because he had paid for his dog's surgery.
Oh, I see.
Which is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
And this guy wasn't that good of a friend. Now I might even consider him an enemy in a way. I really don't like him anymore.
It's heading that way.
Yeah.
You know what he should have put? He should have called it a GoFundMe, and then I just want to have fun.
Yeah. But I think that's great. Yeah, no, I mean
that's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Yeah, that's funny.
It totally
really is. The dog was already fine. The dog was healed.
No,
he took my money.
If it was a Curb episode, I'd go up to him. I'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, I thought your dog needed the surgery.
Yes,
I thought your dog needed the surgery.
Right.
I'd like my money back. I'd ask for the money back.
And he would go, I got the surgery, so it's your money. I put it in the surgery, so I'm filling that hole back. So it's basically the surgery money, and
then the guy
that
would
would be
be
an argument.
mad. The guy would be mad that you're asking
Yeah.
for it back. What do you want the money back for? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my best, Larry David.
And then, no, I love it.
So Dana, I'm a 5-hour energy guy. I golf too. So there's a 5-hour energy golf unofficial cocktail. They call it Transfusion.
Right.
And, it's got like grape, lime, and ginger.
Mm-hmm.
It's got caffeine, probably as much as a premium cup of coffee, but no sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like sugar. I try not to eat sugar.
Sugar makes you go up, and then you go. So you want to keep even. That's what
Makes you go beep, then it makes you go bop.
That makes you go.
Then it makes you go, oh.
It makes you go. Oh. So I stay away from sugar is our point. But that's not 5-hour energy transfusion.
They're little too. You can carry them around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can either go to 5hourenergy.com with the number 5hourenergy.com, but I get them. They sell them a lot of places. You can always just grab them. And
it's got a lot of B vitamins.
Yeah.
Amino acids, nutrients, keep you alert and energized. Because I've been around you where like we're out to dinner or lunch and it's 1 o'clock. And here you get your entree and this is you.
Oh. No, I look at you and I'm like, this guy has no amino acids in his body. I can tell.
I look at you and this is like this. I just in my head I see this guy.
Let me see. I gotta look at you again. Okay,
so that's
I couldn't see you before.
5-hour energy.
Yeah, this guy needs some 500.
No, this was you at the luncheon.
Don't do it again. Let me see. I have to cut back. Anyway, get your buddies, tee off with some energy. 5-hour energy transfusion is available online or in stores. Head to www. Remember that? 5hourenergy.com to order yours today. Didn't you do Curb? What did you do on Curb?
You did.
Yeah,
I
did a short thing on Curb where I was the pig Parker, and the whole bit it was a scene where I parked slightly over the line, and he got really mad at me for that. But it was sort of like
Love it.
My experience on it was like kind of like a Curb episode because at first he thought I was like a total moron.
Yeah.
Because in the rehearsal, it was a huge car. I couldn't see over the hood, so I couldn't see the lines. So I park and I see him walking towards the car and he's shaking his head. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Dream come true, you know? I'm like doing this with one of my heroes. And then he's like walking. She's like, no. You see, you parked perfectly in the space. And I look and I'm like, oh no. And he's like, see, the whole thing is you park a little outside of the space.
Pig Parker, yeah.
And then that affects everybody else who parks. And that's why I get mad at you. I'm like, no, I promise I'm not stupid.
No, you knew that. I like he restates the whole thing that you thought you didn't get at all.
You thought you didn't get the joke.
He thought, because I didn't audition, so you thought I was just some stupid, annoying actor that didn't understand comedy at all.
It is exactly a Curb episode for him to walk up. Then he's explaining the show to you, and you're like, "No, I know. I just can't see."
If you don't park over the line, there's no joke. There's no joke, Jerry. Jerry,
no show.
And then I had this then like after the first take, you know, I mean, he's laughing, so you're immediately put at ease because you're like, oh my God, he's loving it. And then we do like 2 takes. The second take goes even better. And we're laughing together. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm sharing a laugh with him right now. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's so crazy. It's like we're literally arguing about nothing. And it's like nothing was written coming like a cartoon, like coming out of my mouth. And I was trying to grab it before it reached his ears. Because I was just like, that's the stupidest, cheesiest fucking thing I could say right now.
Yeah.
And he looks at me, he goes, yeah. Stops laughing, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty much the basis of my whole career.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
was
nothing.
like,
This
yeah.
wasn't clever. This was just nothing.
That's why
Right.
Larry, who's so sweet, we had him on this show, and
Yeah.
but he's kind of intimidating because his whole comic genius is seen through everybody and everything into the minutia of what's really happening. So it kind of can get in your head a little bit sometimes.
Absolutely. No, and my whole thing is I am a person to constantly be seen through. I'm just a social mess. I like most things I say are it's not even offensive. It's just like, oh, I'd rather not. I feel like
text regret is big. I mean, text regret in the moment, I'm sending it. And then you look back and you go, holy shit, that comes off so terrible.
Text regret every single day. I hate it. I hate texting so much. I really do love talking on the phone. Texting gives me so much anxiety, and I mostly text because people don't want to talk on the phone, as we know.
Brett, have you ever gotten to the thing where you are texting? First of all, I can't spell that well, so I do voice notes. But if you're texting and you're going back and forth with someone, it's funny and you're just laughing, and you spell two things wrong, and you've got to go back. And I'm like, I'm not as quick now because they think I'm thinking of this joke this whole time. And so and then I see them starting to talk again. I'm like, no, I'm just fixing the joke. And I send it. They're like, oh yeah, that's funny now, but it would have been funny 30 seconds ago.
Right.
I'm
it's
like,
terrible.
Yeah, it's horrifying. It's too much stress.
And the ghosty thing means they're reading your last text, right? So that makes it more urgent. Holy shit.
That means they're starting to type. No, they're typing.
Yeah. Well, that's
the dots. The dots, they're fucking on your ass. They're coming for you.
I know. And they're so fast.
Yeah.
It's really not good for taking each other in and listening. I mean, I know this is a cliche thing to say. You know, it's been said millions of times for the last, 10 years. But, it's not good for communication. That's why, I love your voice notes. I think that's a better way. That's fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Dana gets too much. He gets deluged with them. I got him on them now, too.
I know. I missed them. I was getting them. Was I not replying enough? Was that the thing?
No, you were good. I think our problem with our dating was you were geographically far from me, and it was hard to coordinate a dinner or something.
In Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll come to you.
Were you Echo Park or something?
Yeah.
And then it was also COVID, so it was hard to. Yeah. I mean, I think you can tell I have medium to a lot of germs, and I think that threw you a little bit.
Maybe you were
maybe
giving.
Brett, let me ask you this: based on you being feeling like you're a social mess, besides the tragedy of COVID, was there anything about the quietness of the pandemic that calmed your brain down? Because just curious. Just when show business shut down, everything shut down, and you just gotta stop.
In the beginning, it was that thing of you ever get you get the flu or you get a really bad cold, and there's almost something that's a relief about it. You're like, oh my God, I don't have to do anything. I can just it gives you the excuse to just fuck.
Yeah, no one expects anything either.
Yeah, you're I can take this time. And that's what COVID was at times at first. It was also is the world ending? This is terrifying. But at first it was okay, yeah, it was just me and my now wife and our dogs. And it was calming, but then it became isolating. I mean, you say you're an agoraphobe, Dana. Is that calming to you to be alone sometimes? Does it go between calming and isolating?
No, I just calming, really. There's so much stimulus, World War II documentaries on YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's really interesting. I watch.
Calming.
I like that. But I would just say I'm an introverted extrovert on some scale. I wouldn't say it's dramatic, but when I go out there in a social situation, I lose energy after a time and want to get quiet. And other people get energy from parties and things like that, because when I do stand up, it's so extroverted, so much energy that it sort of makes me tired, but I do love it. So,
yeah. I think when I'm extroverted and being really extroverted and it goes well, like I do a performance or I have a day on set that goes well, or even like I go to a party and I do social, I have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have more energy and I actually have to come down from it.
That's
But
probably true too.
Yeah. I have a lot of energy. I have an annoying amount of energy.
When you're shooting and you're giving it 70%, are you tired?
Yes. Yes.
Did you work with Swartzen? What did you do on Pretend Time? What did you do there? We'll get to your other stuff. Stranger Things.
Right.
I know you're going, why aren't you asking me what the fans are begging for?
The season premiere of season 5. The date is it's all over the web.
It's wild.
Stranger Things scared me.
The show itself, or like the idea?
Yeah, I was watching it the first season, and I was like, "Is this a scary show?" I thought there was kids in it. I thought it was like ET or something.
Yeah, I know. It's like it is really scary. I mean, my mother took a while to watch it, and I was like, "No, you should watch it." She's like, "Is it scary though?" I was like, "It's not that scary. It's not that scary." And then, like a couple days later, she called me at like 3 a.m. and like left a voicemail. I missed her call. And she's like, "Brett, it's 3 a.m. here. I'm watching the show. You said this was not that scary, Brett. This show is very scary, but I can't stop watching it."
Yeah. It's well done. That's the thing.
I mean, those kids like get the shit beat out of them sometimes by demons. Demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A demon will just like boom to like a little girl. It's like very intensely violent, but like I think it's gotta be in order to have integrity, I think.
Have you ever met Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
I don't know how sets work. I don't know how it works over there.
No, I mean I guess it could have worked out where I didn't. Like I haven't had like I've had like not even like a scene with her necessarily. But no, I've met her. Yeah, I know Mel.
And those 3 dudes are the 4. How many? There's 4 dudes, 3 dudes.
There's 4 main guys.
I think I ran into them all at something, and they were all pretty cool. I like them.
They're all really cool. Those kids do have their a good heads on their shoulders. Absolutely.
Very tough. It's such a monster hit that it's probably you're at least somewhat in the business for a while where you can kind of had highs and lows, and you probably, I'm guessing, just appreciate it. And it's harder to keep your feet on the ground when it's the first thing you do is like so big.
Yeah. I think like it always seems to me when I'm like talking to them is that they're either naturally that way or they've worked at making sure they stay grounded and they have people around them that keep them grounded. And they like the thing is like, I think too, it was kind of like their school, I think. I know I'm speaking for them, but I think they helped keep each other grounded because they were in this,
Yeah, they're all about the same age. They're all kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
The outside world is, but to leave that, I always compared like Friends is like when your first thing works so well, it's really hard to have everything stay in balls in the air the rest of your showbiz, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because like for me, the show's a real high after some other highs, but mostly lows. And also, we all have things that we loved that we really believed in and meant a lot to us that didn't do well. So you go through that too, and you learn. Well, and then we were all in things that maybe did well that we didn't really dig that much. So we've had like all those colors of experiences where we can stay right in that like.
And to keep your confidence level just throughout it all, like you're still good at it or you're still a good person. It's just, and people look at you differently and then they pay attention and they don't pay. That's for younger. I mean, as an adult, it's hard. So if you're younger,
I know.
Showbiz.
And you're already dealing with like that type of shit as a kid or as a teenager. That's just so social and crazy. Yeah. Then you add on
how many
business.
followers you have, how many, who's
I
more
would've-
famous on the set. Blech. Gross.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sickening.
I know.
It's tough.
It's
Showbiz,
crazy.
Dana says it's rough out there.
Well, I
It's
just call it an emotionally violent sport.
No, it's fucking really rough. It's really,
So true.
it's crazy.
Well,
It's
we all do it.
crazy.
I think I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry, but I mean, you did so much before this. You know, I watched researching. You know, with Adult Swim and Comedy Central and shows. You did something with Chris Elliott and all this stuff. And you're doing well, but nothing is popping. And then you get this thing, which I guess is the biggest show by numbers or in the last 8 years.
I mean, no, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the biggest shows ever. And it's definitely one of the biggest shows in the world right now, if not like the biggest. And no, it's pretty tripped out to like be in other countries and people really know who you are, and to also be like, oh, this is like kind of the equivalent of what Star Wars was, the original Star Wars was,
Yeah.
You know, and what those actors were seen as, and that like you're seen as like a part of people's family in a way. Like it's pretty wild. I mean, like it was this and like Fleabag. I think
Fleabag
was like
jumped you up there
in the industry that made
Fleabag was a real industry one. Like everyone's like, yes,
like
right?
Worshipped it.
Awards bait, for sure.
Like that Emmys and Golden Globes, it was all eyes on her, all eyes on her. Everybody, no matter how big they were, everybody was just like, when you were sitting at the table or you're sitting in the seats, you could feel people, everybody in the room watching her. It was wild.
Yeah. So after all this time in the show business, you got these 1-2 huge critics, brilliant, and then Stranger Things. So did you have just absolute gratitude? Were you? I mean, how do you process this?
Or are you angry about it?
Are you angry? Why?
Why
didn't people see how brilliant I was 10 years ago?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, fuck Stranger Things. No, I'm so grateful. I have nothing but gratitude for it. Yeah. No,
Stranger Things is also looked at as sort of a very interesting. I mean, I think that gets a lot of praise too for being such a cool. It's not like the Fleabag type of show, but it's just a different lens. You see it and go, shit, they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think it is artistically, one of the best things I've ever been a part of, and one of the best things out. Yeah, I'm really proud to be a part of it. Yeah, I mean, if it was big and it was bad, I don't know if I would have the gratitude I have. I think the gratitude mostly comes from that I get to be on a really awesome show. And then on top of that, it's those rare moments where the thing that's really good is also really successful.
Right.
And it looks like you're having a blast. I was looking at some clips. Just having a lot of fun.
It's really fun. It's like, I mean, playing that character is really like a character I grew up loving, like watching like Danny DeVito and like Romancing the Stone. Or like,
it's a great one.
I mean, like just the comedic relief and the big action or sci-fi thing. And then he's kind of a prick and he's grouchy and, he's the truth sayer in a way, but that nobody likes or wants to be like. And I mean, it's just like such a kid fantasy of wanting to do this, and that being one of the types of things I wanted to do.
You do like a year, you shoot for a while, and then it takes a while to come on, and then people like woof it down in like 3 days, and then you go, God damn, all that work, and it's like, okay, what next?
I think they watch it like a lot of times, though. I think like
I think that's
like rewatch it a lot.
It's kind of interesting because good in a way you have that break because people just go back and cram it over and over.
No, it's wild. It's wild. I mean, like people are really like, when's it coming? Like the fans are like pissed. They're pissed. Like they're like, I need it.
Yeah.
And well, I did this show. They're going to get a little appetizer because, and this sort, I did this show. Like I shot it like 2.5 years ago, and it was with the Fleabag producers actually. And we shot it in the UK. It's called Entitled, and it's like this really crazy gothic horror comedy show. And Netflix just bought it, and so it's coming out.
Oh, that's great.
It's Entitled, July 15th.
Entitled, yeah.
Mm-hmm. If someone said to you the phrase, when it rains, it pours, would you relate to that?
No.
Well, now you have another show. You got Fleabag. He's out of control.
He's had enough.
Stranger Things.
I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I want more.
Well, will it go away, or what? Is this the peak? Do you have agents and managers that go, listen, kid, because they're older than you? We gotta plan your next move. But you've already written and produced. You're already a self-creative.
You know how to do all that
entity.
stuff,
You're not just an actor for hire. You have this massive resume of creating your own stuff. So
thank you.
You have leverage now, though. Leverage. They're going to be happy to see you in the room, or they have been for a while.
Hey, I hope so. It's like when you're in the vacuum in your house and you're just like with your people all day, it's like hard to see yourself that way. You're like, and there's so many obstacles for everything that like it's easy to like not notice the yeses. So it's like I'm constantly trying to get so many things moving because I don't know what's going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
The most peaceful time is like when you're making the thing, because then it's almost like being sick. You're like, this is all I can do
you're left
for
alone,
it to be good. So I'm just like on this thing. But then when you're in the in-between times and all these things are swarming about, it's real weird. I mean, like, I feel like certain rooms I can walk into and people are going to be like, yes, oh my God, what do you got to do? And then other rooms I'm going to walk into and people are going to be like, who the fuck are you? Who are you?
I'd be curious to ask you this question. Like now in 2025, the industry, AI, the strike, the whole thing that went on, and what are the streamers looking for? What are they trying to buy? Just because I'm not in that world. Is it evolved? Is it changed? How would you describe it right now?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, like you always hear all these things that people are saying, but then you don't see the industry really change all that much in terms of like what they're buying and what works. It always seems like what hits is like an
not
accident.
It's always off the beaten path. Then they go, now we go chase that. So let's do a Stranger Things. And you're like, that's been done. And it came out of the blue. And then something pops up over here and they go, no, that's what we should be doing.
Like nobody wanted Stranger Things.
It's
and like the
case.
Duffer Brothers were like, you can't have the leads be kids and like all the stuff. And then, Netflix was young and it was just like all these things lined up for it to become a massive hit in that moment. And I think that's all.
You never know. I pitched Kids and Monsters to Ted Sarandos in 2014 and he just got real quiet and said, oh, we'll talk later. I never heard from him. And then I saw Stranger Things. I went, huh.
No, because Dana added, he said, it's a poorly written show about kids and monsters. And Ted
Kids and monsters.
But back then they wanted poorly written. That's what they were going
That was what they were chasing. I like when you're doing well when your agent's like, what do you want to do now? Have you written anything?
Now, what's your dream, Brett? What do you want to do now? Drama, you're like a cross between David Cross and Paul Giamatti. So we got Giamatti. You're gold, kid. I'm telling you.
I look better than those two, though, right? I mean, I'm
you look
better.
good.
I'm better.
Oh, right. You. Well, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I'm working on T-Mobile, the movie, and also like this thing you wrote.
Movie. Yeah.
I like when your mom calls you. She goes 3 a.m. She goes, Brent.
Right.
And you even let her say Brent. You're
it's
like,
the first time that she's called me at 3 a.m. and not called me bread. Hey, bread. That was the one positive thing about that message, other than that. She was watching the show, of course.
What did you do with
supporting.
Nick Swartzen? Because I know this is sort of a low light in your career. Nick Swartzen, who's a friend of
Yeah,
ours.
I love
What
it.
was you on Pretend Time with him?
Yeah, I love that show.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was one of those, like Nick was one of those people, you got on that show and I was like, okay, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Wait, did you know Nick before that? Because I know him, and he's like, if I say I saw you, he goes, he's a really good friend of mine. I'm like, all right, that's enough.
Right. I didn't know him like incredibly well, but like, I would see him perform and stuff and I was like, this guy's so funny and he was so nice.
He is funny.
Too.
I hate to say it, he's funny.
Sweet,
yeah,
nice guy.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
It meant a lot that he put me on the show. Yeah.
All right, Dana, what do you got for this guy? Anything else? This guy's been a good guy.
There's so the resume is so big. I mean,
too much of a resume.
Eagleheart with Chris Elliott, who I think is brilliant, and Conan produced that. I assume. How long did that go? That was 2011 to 2014, 3 years or something.
It was like 3 seasons. I mean, Chris, I think, is one of the funniest people of all time.
Oh, for sure.
And I mean, Chris made me tough, man. I mean, Chris, wow, it really felt like a lot of times that the show that we were filming was the break, and that the actual show is what was happening in between the takes. A lot of the time. It was like crazy elaborate bits, mostly of him telling me how terrible I was. And that, like, at times I was like, I think that this is a joke, but even if it's not, it's so funny. It's so funny. And I mean, the genius of the guy, I mean, it really and then, the guys who made that, Jason Wolner and Michael Coman and Andrew Weinberg, they were such fans of his and like knew his voice so well. And it was like, I mean, it was, they idolized Get a Life and they idolized all the Letterman bits. So it was like taking that and putting it in this Walker, Texas Ranger type of world that was completely insane. Completely insane. And I loved playing. I mean, I learned a lot from working with him and watching him.
Yeah. Yeah, he is good. I grew up watching him on Letterman and just thinking, this is such an odd move. Like, if you don't know comedy, and I was growing up going, is this real? Like, it's kind of fun to watch that stuff and then start to like it.
No, I mean, like, some of the stuff he made Andy Kaufman stuff look mainstream.
I was going to bring up Andy Kaufman. Yeah.
I like him better.
Also, he's what I call too funny. It's like sometimes you can't laugh. You laugh later. He did a one-man show. Was he playing George Washington or something? FDR, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing, you're watching it. It's like, it's so fucking funny that you're laughing later. You can't. It's like,
there's so many, there's he does something where it's like, there's 4 funny things, different funny things happening at the same time almost. It's nutrient dense that you're processing it.
Nutrient dense.
It's so pointedly passive aggressive about people, self-congratulatory people doing one-man shows, and it's drippingly sarcastically aggressively parroting that.
No, that was that's his big thing. It's like he thinks show business is stupid and
self-important, ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's like his whole thing is making fun of show business, and it's like, as good of an actor as he is too, he's doing great acting and then also making fun of acting.
Kind of against the system.
True rebel.
Yeah.
The funniest. I mean, really, there was one time where it was this long bit. It was so hot. And I was in this table and my character's legs had been severed and they built this apparatus and they made me stay in the table. And it was too complicated to get out of the table. And we were in this fucking warehouse in Santa Clarita where they're like hosing in a scene. It's not like meant to be filming in. And like, I'm already a sweaty guy and I'm just sweating so much. And then he comes up, he's like, "Ew, you smell like duty." And he made like, he had the whole crew. He's like, "Hey, everybody, check out how much Brett smells like duty." And he had the whole crew and cast line up and smell me. And I was laughing hysterically. And then this was an important moment in our friendship, I think. And then I went into my trailer later that day, and he had taken underwear and drawn with a magic marker brown in the ass. And I laughed so hard. And it was like a test to see, are you going to like get upset about this? Or are you going to think it's funny? And because I thought it was funny, it made us get a lot closer.
Well, he sounds like a delight to work with, based on what
a delight.
A delight.
No, but it was just like great.
Maybe it was a Svengali kind of way to get you to relax.
I think so.
You know,
I mean, we had already been doing so many like hostile bits and stuff like that I think he knew that I would think it was funny.
Yeah.
Does it sound like abusive? Does that sound like abusive?
No, I've heard Stranger Things, but my point is this: I had to take that. It's eccentric. You'd have to be there. I'd have to be there in the moment to know if it was aggressive or funny.
Yeah, we'll decide that.
So what you're saying is it's an uncomfortable story.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I've got some Mickey Rooney stories that we'll save for the next time we have you on. But yes, I've worked with Chris on SNL, and that's him being funny.
Yeah,
I don't think that's his sense of humor, and he knew that you would think it was funny too.
Exactly.
David, final comment.
I just did something with Chris, and he was very mellow the whole time. So I think he didn't think I was funny enough to rub my underpants.
You think so?
No, we weren't on the set long enough. We only did a day or two, but definitely. But if your scenario was different, but he was perfectly fine.
He got my dress. I was hosting SNL, and he got the church lady get up. During rehearsal, it wasn't even in the sketch. He came out, "Hey, isn't that special? I'm the church bitch. How are you?" And then he threw a shoe at me. I said, "Chris," and Lauren came in. "Chris, please, that's just
Chris, it's too far."
Please.
All right, thank you, Brent.
I love
Thank you, bud.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, we're showing a quick photo before we leave.
Oh, that's
my God,
cool.
Look at that.
Oh, wow, that's already funny. The get up that you have on, Brett. I mean,
it's funny already.
It's really hot too. I look really hot in that picture.
You do look like you would be one of the YMCA guys. Like you'd be another character in that.
Yeah.
You know who I look like, Dana? If you could see me straight on,
people.
Michael Douglas in Falling Down. I have those kind of glasses on, and but we just kind of fucked around, and it was a lot of laughs. At least the whole shoot was fun.
It was really fun.
But thank you, boss. Appreciate you talking to us.
Pleasure. Thanks, Brett.
No, it's been so great being on here, and I gotta have you guys on my podcast sometime.
What the hell is that?
What's it called?
I do it with my wife. It's called Neurotica.
Neurotica. Interesting.
Ooh,
my
name.
wife, Diane.
I'd be happy to come on. I have earbuds. I have a technical thing set up, and
I have an Echo set up in my room.
No, part of the thing on our thing is that it's technically a mess the whole time. You barely hear or see any of it. Yeah, it doesn't work.
That's all right.
I think that's fine.
Okay, well, he just took off, Dana. You guys chatted a little bit after, and
we did a little bit. Yeah. That was interesting how you guys were almost best friends. That was an interesting moment.
Yeah, we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up again.
Yeah.
Because we had a good run that day on the shoot. The old T-Mobile commercial they can't stop talking about. Which they might bring back. And there's some whispers right now.
Is it okay for me to say I would love to see it? Is that too much?
I wonder if I don't know if we have a regular version of it, but we could play it. We'll look into that. Sure, it takes one Google search.
I've noticed a pattern with some of our guests that are doing very well in show business. A lot of aw shucks, sincere humility about it. So
Yeah.
that was kind of Brett in
I
a
think
way.
that's
He's right in a
people
wrong.
that he's like that anyway. And also he's had the stuff that
Yeah.
worked, didn't work, worked medium, worked a lot, like everybody. So he's like on a big one, and it's pretty exciting. So,
I mean, the most extreme in my lifetime was Eddie Murphy, essentially right out of a high school senior. I
Yeah.
guess he was 19 when he came out on SNL, and it just went pew, 19. I mean, you made it at 20 and 2 months, and that was a lifetime beyond Eddie.
20 and 2. No, I was grinding out for free drinks doing stand-up. Yeah.
You got a cameo in a movie, and then you went back to the grind of opening.
I like
act.
when they go, if you go on, you get 2 free drinks, but even that feels like too much.
I don't remember working for alcohol. I honestly don't.
Anyway, that's another story. This is Brett, and I'm glad you guys liked it. I hope you did, and we'll see you next time.
This was Brett, and my name is officially Brett, and so we'll see you the next time on Super Fly on the Wall.